Good afternoon, League fans, and welcome to week number 3 of the BSGCS Bronze, Silver, Gold Competitive Series presented by Duo Esports. I am your host and play-by-play caster for the entire slate of games tonight, folks. You're getting all the YESA you could ask for, and joining me on the desk to start off the day, my good friend Army Overlord, our producer for tonight, will be hanging out with me to start things off, and then Sonic Evs will be joining me in just a little bit, so we should be ready to go momentarily. Army, how we doing today? It's quite the Good Friday, huh?
It is quite the Good Friday. Nice bubbly music, nice flow of motion, and honestly, can't wait to get behind the camera as soon as possible. But in any case, I'm pretty excited for this matchup here, and I hope Sonic's situation will be sorting out rather quickly. But for the time being, right off the bat, they're getting rid of Rutledge's #1 top laner, Alawi. Goodbye. One of his strongest picks in the top lane off the board right off the bat.
Seems like that stage fright went away pretty quickly there, Army. Yes, folks. Our first match of the day will be Skill Cap Gaming versus Conqueror Academy. One team starting to build a little bit of momentum. Skill Cap with a couple of wins in a row, even taking down Frosty Esports, a 3-1 team in this league, facing off against Conqueror Academy, a team who people are hyping up as possibly the best team in the league right now, but I would have to clarify, they really have not played a true top team yet, and even this game, I would argue they still won't until they finish off tonight against Frosty Esports. But I would have to say, if Conqueror can finish off a 2-0 week here in just one night here on Friday, they would definitely set themselves apart from the rest of the pack here in BSGCS Season 3.
I do agree with that assessment. In fact, I think it's quite logical to say that Conqueror definitely looks to be one of the top dogs from the fact that they've gotten their victories against their opponents pretty effectively and pretty cleanly through pretty honestly good coordination and good shot calling from the early game stages, and they just seem like they're going to continue that streak of domination through this match. Is a lot of people quite favoring Conqueror to go against Skill Cap Gaming. Skill Cap has managed to get a win last week, making their series 1-1. This time around, they're going up against the Juggernaut. They're definitely feeling the pressure already. They secure the Nami pick for Buggy. Interesting decision on the first play of this situation, as Rutledge goes for the Rakan and the Xayah bot lane between Sparky and Jester of Time.
Yeah, certainly credit where credit is due. Conqueror has gotten their business done so far this season and definitely earned the 4-0 start, and we're going to have to see how they can do it here tonight. Interesting start to the draft here. You mentioned the Nami first picked for Skill Cap. Pretty strong in the current meta, where you're kind of going for, it's a very snowbally meta, and the Nami can give you a little bit of a lane bully status with whoever you pair with it in the bottom lane. But almost an even more interesting pick is the Xayah Rakan was grabbed by Conqueror. Crit 80 carries have almost entirely fallen out of the meta, considering how snowbally things are right now. It takes too long for a lot of those carries to really start to power up and hit those kind of third item spikes. So Xayah Rakan still, strong duo in their own right, but an interesting decision from Conqueror here. We'll have to see if it pays off or if maybe it's a little disrespect. Not exactly sure, but we do see Nami, Trundle, and Vigor selected for the side of Skill Cap, the Xayah Rakan, as well as the Graves grabbed away by Conqueror as we are in that second ban phase. Kaisa banned away by Conqueror, one of the premier marksmen still in the meta, and also banning away the Ezreal. So the Jhin is still available. One of those other kind of top tier, that trio of Kaisa, Ezreal, Lucian, really considered the only marksman worth taking in the bot lane at this point. So we'll have to see if Skill Cap does want to grab that Lucian. The last ban will be the Azir. None of that for Phoenix in this game. And now we'll head to that second pick phase.
Indeed. So far, this draft appears to be very interesting for the side of Skill Cap Gaming. These type of champions certainly have a lot of interesting type of synergy. I'm just not entirely sure what it is quite yet until we see the champions to come. Meanwhile, Conqueror definitely wants to get onto their target, and they want to hit it, and they want to hit it hard and hit it fast with a good Rakan, Xayah, Graves, and Irelia. No better type of style of combat than just trying to hit him quick, hit him fast, and just trying to overwhelm him with pure bursting damage. Meanwhile, on the other side, looking for a Yasuo. Oh, switched to Misfortune at the last moment here. I would imagine that is a Misfortune for sure, and yes it is. Looks to be secured on that And this entire comp is starting to form around together a little bit, but talk about a very interesting one. Not a lot of engage coming from this team. Definitely gonna have to have something that can probably cause a panic in the fight, and none other champion that I can think of on the top of my head that can do that is Dr. Mundo. In a Katarina on the returning fire against the Vigar, what a interesting situation. Phoenix is definitely going to try to overwhelm Vigar for his lack of ability to protect himself and has to utilize the baby cage, which is not easy to land on a Katarina. So this is going to be interesting.
Quite the draft here from both teams. Honestly, we've seen so much of those bruiser bottom lanes, or even some of the control mages like Rise going down there, but have seen so few marksmen outside of the trio of Kai'Sa, Ezreal, Lucian. So it's honestly extremely interesting to see the bot lane drafts here for both teams. Xayah Rakan not really expected, and even the Misfortune picked when the Lucian was available. So neither of these teams wanting to go the Lucian, instead trading that for a little more of that team fighting AoE power with the Misfortune and the Xayah. We'll have to see if that pays off. I mean, it essentially washes out the detriment that you get picking the Xayah, right? When the other team matches with an AD carry that isn't that early game kind of snowballing power, is going to possibly go for the crit. We may see if Misfortune goes for the a more pen focused build, but Sparky isn't going to feel as bad about the Xayah pick in this meta when it's matched up against Ageless Tiger's Misfortune.
So one thing I want to say real quick with the Xayah Rakan situation versus Misfortune Nami, one of the big benefits of having a Rakan against that type of situation is Nami has some difficulty, has some troubles with getting good skill shots to land. You really have to predict it, and Rakan is very quick, and his W is very fast and instantaneous until he gets to the location. Once he finally lands in that location, you have a brief second before the knockup's going to occur, which may give Nami just enough time to get that bubble off, but it really comes down to how well Buggy will be able to play that in the bot lane. But pressure and quick moves are definitely going to impact both Misfortune and Nami's play style going into this. They definitely have to respect the fact that it could be instantaneous with the amount of CC they can get off and how much damage they can get off in a really quick pace. What's even more scarier is the fact that Katarina very strong at the roaming potential and even more so good at dodging skill shots. And Nami is definitely going to have a much more difficult time trying to make that work. Bucky will have a trial to go through because Phoenix is definitely going to go fishing for that bot lane every step of the way. I also want to point.
Fun to see how this pans out. I would agree, Army.
Yes. I also want to add that the Mundo Irelia situation will be the most interesting because Rutledge will actually, in my opinion, be in a bit of a struggle here. Irelia not in the most dominating of positions unless you get a lot of good fortune going. That really relies on how well the rotations go between top lane and bot lane, depending on how domination the bot lane becomes. Mundo is really strong and very powerful, but Irelia can certainly take down anybody to size, especially with the amount of damage Irelia can do in the quick stuns. I don't know what the best opportunity is for Mortis here, and he's got to figure out something to make this a lot easier for everything else to work out.
Definitely excited to see how we can kick today off. Skillcap trying to keep the momentum going, 2 wins in a row. And interestingly enough, one thing I want to note, for both of their wins, they actually had 3 similar picks. Rectum on the Trundle, Death Shadow on the Anivia, and Ageless Tiger on the Ezreal. Now both the Ezreal and the Anivia were banned away, so good on Conquer for recognizing the strength of those champions for Skillcap and taking those off the board, forcing them to show them something new. But should be interesting if Skillcap can keep the momentum going, or if Conqueror is going to move to 5-0 ahead of a big matchup against Frosty tonight. But Army, thank you so much for hanging out with me during the draft, and I believe Sonic Abs is ready to go here to join me to kick off our first game of the day here as we get ready for Skillcap versus Conqueror.
What's up, Twitch? What's up, Duo Stream? I'm excited for this game today. I really like Conqueror's team comp they got going on here. I like the Xayah Rakan bot lane. It's really aggressive bot lane. Rakan is a lot better with Xayah. Has the further jumps, the better shields, more speed, and then you got Graves to help carry you through the mid game. The only thing I don't like for skill caps comp is because it was unfortunate the last pick was Katarina, but they picked Dr. Mundo, which I feel like they don't have enough CC to stop Katarina on their team, because Katarina only really has to wait for Baby Cage, because as Army said, it's going to be really hard for Nami or Buggy to hit Katarina as she jumps around through a team fight, so I feel like that's where it's going to lie with the Katarina.
Well, we will be into game as soon as Buggies gets those hamsters moving. Got to get them into high gear to try and load in for this game. Conqueror's all in. And yep, just waiting on Buggy. Come on, man.
Hey, don't judge his computer.
There we go.
Now, do you expect any invades for any team going in on the start?
The level ones are okay. There's no Braum in this game. Buggy could go the bubble if he's really feeling frisky and like he wants to get something going. But I would be surprised if there was a 5-man invade here. But we'll find out here, folks, in just a few moments. We're into game first of the day as we're in week 3 of the BSG CS Skill Cap Gaming versus Conqueror Academy. Get everything going.
I would like to see an invade with a Rectum just to get an easy flash off of this pillar, because you can start off with your pillar with Trundle and still have a great clear because of how well he can clear in the jungle and not lose any health. You might have to use like an extra health potion, but other than that, you should be perfectly fine.
Well, at this point, we do have line of scrimmage starts from both teams, so nothing spicy so far. Just looking to protect from any invades, and then
actually the spiciest thing I see is Death Shadow did not start a single starter item. He just has 4 health potions.
Can someone Mia ping Death Shadow? What is he doing?
I mean, as long as he gets minion kills, Vakar still scales. So I guess he wanted the extra survivability in lane because it's Katarina.
I mean, you can. I don't know about that. I feel like if you're going for extra survivability, then really just go. I mean, Doran Shield, I guess, but that's super risky. Like those stats are actually really key early in the game, and I don't know if it's worth to just do the 4 pots. But we'll have to see how it plays out. Rectum is going to get the leash from the dual lane on the bot side as Gimpy heads up to his red buff to start the game. Graves not really needing any sort of leash, so Conqueror able to easily hide his start, and he is going to grab the red buff and most likely go for an early Scuttle Crab here in front of the Baron Pit. Curious to see
actually,
how this bot lane
I would
plays
expect
out.
him to go take this blue buff and forget about the Scuttle Crab. Because Trundle already knows that they're topside, actually, so he's already taking the enemy blue buff.
Gimpy's going to take it, though. He has time. He can take it, then head to the blue buff. But you are correct. Reckham did get into Conqueror's blue side. Take that buff away. Oh, and actually looks like Gimpy not confident enough to continue on the invade. Takes the Scuttle Crab and doesn't follow up. He's actually going to go back to his Raptors. That's really going to hurt, especially if Rectum goes back to his blue side and gets the triple buff. I mean, he didn't really even do anything special to get the 3 buff start, so that's going to feel really bad for Gimpy once he gets over to his blue buff and realizes just what happened.
I think he's realized now when Trundle revealed, because I'm pretty sure he's seen Trundle has a blue buff. And now he just opted going straight into doing his wolves instead of just looking At the blue buff. Nope, maybe not. So with Trundle with this extra early experience star right here, he actually should probably pressure this Irelia, because if he gets ahead at any point in this game, Graves actually can't deal with Trundle.
Rutledge is pushed up fairly far, but there is vision set up, so he should spot out the Trundle as he tries to work his way to the top side, and Rutledge is actually just going to work his way down there and possibly get a deep ward. We'll hit the plant there to get some vision on the blue side and spot out Rectum taking his wolves. So it does help at least track Reckham so far. Gimby's going to get into the mid lane, get some good damage there on the Death Shadow, and they're actually able to force out an early flash. Phoenix sadly does eat a tower shot there, but still I'd say a pretty good trade in the mid lane. His Death Shadow is out of mana and flashless, has to back to base, but he will buy his first items, thankfully.
I had just received some information from my information squad that the game volume needs to be turned up apparently because no one can hear it.
Gonna get that adjusted really quick for you guys. Thanks for your patience as we get that game volume fixed for you.
You're good.
Okay. What I want to see Trundle do now that he has his early lead and minions, I actually want to see him just take the dragon, go back, buy your items, then go take the dragon.
Should be fairly easy. Scuttlecrab is going to spawn in front of the Drake pit here in just a moment. Seems like Rectum is trying to set up for that at the moment, sitting by the pixel brush.
Looks like... Is he waiting for... Yeah, he's waiting
to go in here. He's used the Ignite onto Death Shadow. He's going to get stuck. 2 tower shots. Does he go down? That's blood! Traded back by Death Shadow. He nearly burned down from the Ignite, but just had enough to finish off Phoenix.
Hey man, it's those 4 health potions. They worked out for him right there.
Ooh, Aegis Tiger's got to be careful. The Grand Entrance actually doesn't come through though from Phoenix, despite Buggy moving up towards the river. So Aegis fine to just trade into Sparky and walk away. Scuttlecrab was grabbed by Rectum, but he does back to buy before possibly returning for the Drake. We'll have to see where he goes.
I honestly really want to go see Trundle just solo the dragon like right now at level 4. He can do it. He easily has the damage actually at the moment to just solo the dragon. He has enough health potions to just take it. Graves can't contest him at all. Looks like Graves
That's going to be the aggression. Phoenix able to get it finished this time as he gets the kill on the Death Shadow. Once he has his ultimate available, but Rutledge is in trouble on the top side. Rectum trying to get in. Sleeper's going to slow down Rutledge. Can Rectum catch him? He's going to flash, get the auto attack in the munch, and that's a kill for Rectum as Rutledge goes down on the top side. 2-1 kill lead for the side of Skill Cap here early. They're down in gold, though. The farming has been solid from the side of Conqueror. So first blood and an extra kill, and Skill Cap's still behind right now. Looks like the Graves is going to move for the Ocean Drake. Gimpy is there with the help of Phoenix. Phoenix is going to go over the wall to try and zone away Buggy. Maybe able to get the kill. There's the entrance. That's Buggy going low, under 100 health, trying to get away, but Phoenix is going to grab the kill. Aegis Tiger can't even help out. Has to back under his tower. That's another kill for the Conqueror mid laner. Gimpy gone pretty low here. The Ocean Drake doing a lot of damage. You know what would be really great would be if Gimpy had Ocean Drake. I think he would... That's sustained, but now he grabs it, gets the heal, goes back to his jungle. So first Drake, as well as a kill secured for Conqueror.
That was just a little bit overstepped by Buggy. I'm pretty sure Buggy knew that they were coming, but he still wanted to get the ward. At that point, it's better to just stay next to your tower and just let them have the dragon. It's a lot better to just give up an objective instead of giving up your life with extra gold and an objective. But it's alright though. It doesn't mean that they're behind in any way by a lot at the moment.
Gold lead sitting at about 800 gold. Not nothing to see that, but not insurmountable by any stretch. just eclipsing the 8-minute mark into the game. Everybody outside of the junglers. Oh, Ageless Tiger and Buggy actually behind Inexperienced. But solo laners have hit level 6. So has Gimpy. Everybody's starting to get access to those ultimates, and the action will only get more intense as those abilities are available. Buggy gonna get a little bit of an aggressive bubble there, but Jester can just back off and head back to the bottom lane with his AD carry.
I feel at this point, Trundle shouldn't care about mid lane anymore and not worry about the Katarina in mid lane. It might set up for her like as a counter game, because I'm pretty sure. Oh, we have a pause.
Yeah, appears we may have a little bit of a ping spike from skill cap, so gonna hit that pause and hopefully let those issues resolve themselves really fast and get right back into the game.
So, in your opinion, what do you think skill cap needs to do at the moment to slow down this Katarina a little bit? She's 2-1 and she's almost ahead by 20 farm.
That's hard. Once that Katarina starts to snowball, it's really kind of difficult to slow her down. And you mentioned like the lack of engage on the side of skill cap here makes it difficult for them to make like proactive plays to shut down the Katarina. So really, I would just say that, you know, Rectum needs to stay kind of near the mid lane to try and counter gank if Gimpy shows up to protect Death Shadow. And Death Shadow just needs to play safe, like focus on farming and trying to keep Phoenix at arm's length. Because if he can get in for the 1v1 and continue to put pressure on Death Shadow, it's going to be really difficult because that Katarina will just snowball out of control and then just becomes a threat all over the map. You know, Sithra might be the only one that can handle her if she shows up in lane, but still, the Mundo doesn't have any items yet, and you really don't want him to have to handle the Katarina at this point. So I would say a very tempered approach from skill cap is their way to kind of get back into this game. Focus on farming and locking down maybe some first towers.
Okay, I agree with that. The only thing I would say is if Trundle will start to use his damage advantage he has in the early game over Graves and actually invade Graves on one of his sides of the jungle and get him to duel with him, because Trundle will win. Trundle easily does more damage than Graves at the early stages. After Graves completes his smite item, generally it's a lot harder for Trundle to actually deal with Graves because he can kite and actually deal damage to Trundle at that point. So I feel like that's where they need to start focusing on, is getting invades for Trundle to slow down Graves at least, and then try not to worry too much about Phoenix and just play safe.
Well, we do have ready checks from both sides. We're going to get right back into the game as the pause is finished. Both junglers up and around the top, so I might see some action there, as it looks like Rutledge is possibly trying to get a little bit of a collapse going, but it's just going to back into his own jungle to ensure that Rectum is not anywhere nearby, protecting the Graves. He's going to be spotted out, though, as he heads towards the mid lane. Death Shadow easily able to back off, though, thanks to some wards, giving him a little forewarning that the top laner is on his way. Solid early vision from skill cap, able to deny some of these roams and ensure that they can stay safe and continue to farm up. Just in the last minute, we've seen them spot out a couple of the solo laners as they tried to move around the map a little bit. Looks like they should be able to spot Gimpy as well. He's going to take out a pink ward here above the skill cap red buff, possibly head to the bottom side. He's going to have to be quick, though. We'll have to see if Jester wants to go for an early engage. He actually goes the long route around. Jester time does go in, gets the flash and the ultimate to get Ageless Tiger trying to retreat under the tower. Is going to stay alive, though. Good ultimate in return. We'll get some good damage on the Conquer Academy. Flash traded for flash, though, on the bottom side, as well as the exhaust of Jester. No kills coming through for Conqueror. Early aggression, but unable to make it stick. Gibby has to back away though, because here comes Rectum trying to get onto the Graves. He's activated the ultimate. The Grand Entrance will not knock up the Trundle, and now he's going to try and get onto Sparky. Sparky forced to use the Feather Storm. Gibby still trying to run away, and this Trundle is pretty darn big right now. Ooh, there's the Feathers pulling back. Buggy's going fairly low, but Sparky forced to flash away. Ageless Tiger still trying to retreat as Jester wants to chase him down. The Katarina's here, and there's 3 very low targets. Good Pillar will slow down the advance, but this could spell trouble. The ultimate's available. Here comes Phoenix. He's going to go in for Ageless Tiger. No ultimate yet. Just going to stand and wait, but he is going to use it now. Gets the kill onto the Nami. That's 2. That's 3. The double kill for Phoenix is Sparky able to grab one as well. Ooh, that's going to be the shutdown and return, though, as Phoenix not able to escape from the tower fast enough to kill trade it back for Ageless Tiger, but still good tower dive there from the side of Conqueror to grab 3 kills. Now they're looking for their first tower.
Trundle, kill the minions. That was really well played by Phoenix. He waited perfectly for the CC to go down, and then that's when he popped his ult.
That Mundo forced the flash away, but that's going to be big trouble. That's the ultimate. That's going to be a kill for Rutledge's first of the game, and just like that, we've got a 2,000 gold lead for Conqueror.
Yeah, I think...
Oh, Buggy, that's risky. Wants to go in after Rutledge, but Sparky's here. That's actually pretty good damage onto the Aurelia. Is this going to be the kill in return? But not before Rutledge is able to take down... Is it going to be 2? Ageless Tiger trying to get away, but that's the double kill for the top laner. Rutledge survives and grabs a double in the process.
Well, that's Aurelia for you. That was really well played by Rutledge to keep himself alive there and proc those heals at the correct moments.
I think that was way too over-aggressive from Buggy, walking face first into the Aurelia, thinking they could take her down, and Sparky was sitting there at 3/4 health. Like, the Xayah can turn around on you. Death Shadow going to take a lot of damage here. There's the ultimate of Phoenix, able to grab a solo kill, 5-2-1 on this Katarina, and we talked about that snowball getting out of control, and I think it is now with those 5 kills already finished the Gunblade. That Katarina is a force to be reckoned with.
At this point for skill cap, all they can do is try to get as many picks as they can, and at least try to trade like 1-for-1s and wait until the late game. They have the late game team comp. They have a Mundo who will be like probably unkillable in the late game. You have a Trundle that makes himself unkillable in the late game, and then you have a Veigar who just infinitely scales.
The one downside though for Reckham is there really isn't a tank on Conqueror that you can ult, so he's not going to get a lot of stats out of his ultimate in these fights.
It might not be a lot of stats, but at that point, let's say you would ult Katarina for an example. You steal her base stats, or half of her base stats, and at that point, you're going to just basically do true damage to her at that point. Whoever hits her.
Buggy's rotated to the mid lane along with Ageless Tiger. That means Sparky's alone on the bottom side. Jester time. Don't know if the ultimate was necessary there, as Phoenix was just able to walk away. So that cooldown will be unavailable for the Rakan at this point. But looks like Phoenix may want to go aggressive. Rutledge is in the barrage, could catch them out. This might all just be a bait. Rutledge wants to get in here, and there is Sparky trying to come in, but he is going to eat the ultimate from the Misfortune. They're trying to get away, but Death Shadow able to take down Jester. Now Ageless Tiger wants more blood, going for Rutledge. Rutledge may not be able to get away. That's going to be it. The kill for the Misfortune. Ageless Tiger able to grab the shutdown onto the Aurelia. Cap wants to push in the mid lane. The teleport is going to come out from Sparky as he tries to come mid, but Rectum is going to get the catch. Good Pillar is going to stop Gimpy from escaping, and that's another kill for Death Shadow. Ooh, going to go in and take down the Katarina as well. Sparky able to trade back as he takes down Rectum, but still will lose this mid lane tower most likely. We'll have to see. Looks like Death Shadow may back away. They've got another minion wave coming. The Event Horizon won't stun Sparky, but will at least force him off of the tower for a moment. Sithera Mortis is pushing on the top side. Looks like it's some work done on that tower. Is he confident enough to keep pushing? We'll have to see. Rutledge is on his way. Tower may fall before he can arrive. This is risky. Slytherin might go down for this. We'll have to see. He's going to be able to take down the tower, but does he lose his life? Rutledge wants his 4th kill. Slytherin going fairly low, has activated the ultimate. Rutledge actually not going to decide to chase him down, but here comes Jester. Doesn't go in, though, with the grand entrance, and Slytherin able to use that ultimate, heal right back up to full health, and that tower
could be caught out here.
Yeah, Buggy trying to retreat. Jester times here. Death Shadow trying to give the assist. Gimpy's going to be caught. This is going to be huge. There's the wave. It is going to miss. Jester away. Goes in with the grand entrance, but isn't able to save his jungler as Ageless Tiger was able to take down the Graves. Here comes the chase, though. Rutledge may smell blood. He's going to go for Death Shadow, but that's going to be the bullet time right into the face, and he really says, okay, I'll pass. You win. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Wreck 'em, wrecked him, trying to chase them down, possibly force them away from the Rift Herald. We'll have to see if they want to go for it. He's sitting in the Pixel Brush. Phoenix is in mid, along with the Dual Lead. Rutledge trying to roam down here. Maybe wants to go in for the kill. Can't stop Buggy's back, and we're going to see another pause come out this time.
With that last fight with the MF ult, if MF would have waited just an extra like 5 seconds, Trundle was right there. That I'm pretty sure they actually could have turned that around right there, because the pillar would have had enough slow to actually maybe at least just kill Irelia flat out with the full bullet time. It looks like Gimpy has disconnected from the game. Just a second ago, though, skill cap was down by like what, 3.5k gold or 4k, and now they've actually brought it back to within 1.7k. So they're actually, it seems like Conqueror's actually being overconfident in this game. How do you feel about that?
A summoner has reconnected.
I mean, skill cap has definitely kept themselves in it, and they're only down. They're down less than 2,000 gold, so they're by no means out of this game. And they certainly have ways to pull out a lead if they can get a good team fight around Death Shadow and Ageless Tiger. They can certainly get some things done. I would agree that there has been some over-aggression by Conqueror, especially there in the mid lane. That whole fight got turned around on them, and then they continued to stay around too long instead of just ceding the tower, and it cost them a lot of gold, which helped close that gap for skill cap. So Conqueror, I would say tempered aggression. Look for a numbers advantage before you go that hard. Because really they were going in 4v4, 5v5 at that point, and skill cap can turn that fairly well around with the composition that they have put together. So look for a numbers advantage and then go aggressive is my advice for Conqueror.
Yeah, I agree. And for the side of, I just forgot their name all of a sudden.
Skill Cap Gaming.
Yeah, Skill Cap. Sorry about that, folks. For the side of Skill Cap, and as long as they have their 2 front lines with 1 carry, or Nami with 2 carries, I feel like they could actually just fight like a 4v3, or like a maybe even a 4v5, because of the amount of either CC if they can lock down one person and blow that person up, because they do have the Veigar ult, and he now has Eluded's Echo, so he can do some damage with his combo. So I feel like even if they get stuck in a 3v4 or maybe a 4v5, they can probably at least kill one and then get out. Most likely, because the bullet time also is a really good ability to just zone off the team and say, get away from us. If we look at the items, though, I'm very interested. What do you think Trundle is trying to build into? It seems like he's trying to go for a Zeke's.
Yeah, he could go for a Zeke's or a Locket. I would say Zeke's is pretty good. In the current state, honestly, you should have someone building Zeke's almost every game. It's such a strong item at buffing up a carry that you should have someone taking it just about every single game. So I wouldn't be surprised if he was going for the Zeke's. It does give him some solid resistances as well as empowering him with the passive on that item. So certainly can get some things done. I don't know about rushing it this early, but we'll have to see what he does in fact finish there. But it does at least look like the early makings of a Locket or Zeeks.
What do you think is going to be the next play, or the next objective to play around? Either mid tower, Rift Herald, top lane, bot lane. What do you think? What team is going to attempt to do in the next few minutes here after this pause?
Well, it appeared like Conquer was trying to get a little bit of a push going in the mid lane because they knew they kind of had, as we mentioned earlier, we want them to get that numbers advantage, and they seem to have something going here. But there's enough wave clear for skill cap, at least at this point in the game, to handle any sort of push without any hard engage from Conqueror. So, as well as Recum Rectum is nearby, which can deny a lot with the pillar. So, if I'm Conqueror, and of course, I'm going to check. None of them are sitting on a lot of gold in their inventory, so there isn't really any reason for them to back. So, I'd like to see Conqueror try and draw. Or move up to the top side, maybe try and cap out Sithra Mortis. Multiple disconnects here.
Yeah.
Mortis. So, yeah, if I'm skill cap, I want to group mid and push for that tower. Especially if you can force Phoenix to back and get him out of a fight. Even if you don't get the kill, if you can get him away, then you can basically take whatever objective you want at this point. You should be able to win the fight as long as Phoenix doesn't get back, and he doesn't have teleport, so you're set up to do a lot of good things if you can get Phoenix back to base. So I'd like to see some aggression from skill cap right now, but they do have to wait for Buggy and Death Shadow to get back to lane.
Yeah, I also agree with that. If you can either force Phoenix out of a fight or instantly kill him, at that point you are allowed, or skill cap is allowed to get whatever objective they want. Because right now, Phoenix basically has all the gold. Yeah, Irelia has 3 kills in a CS lead, but Phoenix is a lot more scary because he can instantly delete multiple people at once. Irelia has to hit the ult, has to deal the damage with auto attacks and her abilities. Katarina just has to walk up, and if she's not CC, just has to click the R button, and then people just start dying. Do we have any information about the disconnects or anything? Is there a problem with the client?
Let's see. We need to check his client. It appears he might be having some client issues. We'll have to see.
Just a brief interruption since we're at a pause time. Thank you very much, GBG. Really appreciate the bits. Nice 10 of them. Thank you very much for every one of those. If you could do us a solid, could you also check up on the teams to make sure everything's Gucci? Because I'm a little worried about them. Anyway, sorry. Get back to what you guys are doing.
Do good. It looks like Gippy is now finally reconnected. It all depends on if Mortis is reconnected.
It appears we may get a quick test unpause here to see if maybe things are working correctly. So I would expect an unpause and then a pause one more time if that does happen. So just prepare for that. All right, we're gonna unpause right now. We'll see if he's feeling okay. Conqueror will just back off and then re-pause.
Looks like, folks, Gimpy is having, he said Windows 10 bugs in the chat. But it looks like the second pause is coming through, and it looks like we're now finally getting back into the game.
Appears everything is copacetic at the moment. Back into the game. Jester of Time clearing out some vision around this Rift Herald. We'll have to see if anybody plays for it. It's only going to be alive for a few more minutes here, so we'll have to make a quick play to go for this objective. Recum is going to clear out a ward. Maybe we'll get it started. We'll have to see. Gimpy's nearby, so we certainly can contest. And it is going to get started. Phoenix is nearby. There's no vision for that ward. I don't know if Phoenix really should have cleared that ward. Would have been able to surprise him, but Sparky going in on the Buggy, not able to get damage, but will force the Nami away here, at least for the moment. The Skill Cap's going to move their way up to the Rift Arrow to try and give the assistance to Reckham, but doesn't look like they're confident enough to stay. The Event Horizon is going to get dropped, does stun Gimpy, but Rutledge is here. So Skill Cap does back away for the moment.
If this is going to be the fight, this should be Skill Cap Gaming's fight, as long as they're not caught in a choke point with the Rakano.
Yeah, the one thing is Death Shadow really wants that Event Horizon to try and capture Conqueror if they come in over aggressive, so he doesn't really want that cooldown available. Event Horizon isn't going to catch anybody this time, but it does force Sparky into the pit. Sparky has flashed though. Here's going to be the engage. That's the Volt from Rutledge. The Volt time on the backline, but it's not going to do enough damage. Sither Mortis trying to get away, but Reckham's already dead. Aegis Tiger soon to follow. That's 4 dead, as Sither Mortis the only one alive. The double kill for Gimpy, and what a fight for Conqueror as they turn for the Rift Herald.
That was a great fight for Conqueror. It's just Skill Cap. I think there was a little miscommunication there because the MF was off to the side and everyone else was in the river, and they were all stacked on top of each other, just perfectly set up for the Irelia and the Rakano. So I think there was a little bit of miscommunication, and they needed to be more spread out between their team, because MF looked like she didn't really want to fight there, but everyone else did.
Quite an impressive fight from Conqueror there, engaging off of the aggression out of Rutledge. Now sitting at 3, 2, and 4, has finished that Trinity Force, so this Aurelia is pretty big at this point in the game. Good work all around though from Conqueror so far, now up about 3,500 gold, and they've got that Rift Herald available to try and make some plays around the map. Drake is spawning now, and it is going to be a second Ocean Drake of the game.
I feel like Skill Cap.
Oh, that's big trouble for Phoenix. Phoenix actually survives. Phoenix ate a full rotation of spells from Death Shadow and still lives. Going to be able to back.
He lived.
That does mean Skill Cap can play for the Drake.
He lived with 60 HP.
Yeah, that beaker hurts. Skill Cap is going to turn for the Ocean Drake. They should be pretty easily secured. The Event Horizon will zone away Conqueror for the moment. Gimpy wants to go in here, but not quick enough. That's Ocean Drake for the side of Skill Cap, and they're looking to just run out of here. Rutledge maybe want to chase down, but again, another good baby cage there from Death Shadow will get Skill Cap out free.
I feel like they actually could have turned on that. There was a ward. There's 2 wards set up behind where Conqueror was set up. I feel like they actually should have turned and had Mundo TP down to them and actually fight that right there. Because Phoenix was nowhere near the team fight. He was just passing the wolves, just barely past the wolves. If they would have started to fight, and Mundo's TP would have channeled before he even reached there. So it would have been a fight.
Uh-oh, Death Shadow's in trouble. Rutledge goes in big and is able to kill with the basic kill in return as Aegis Tiger takes down the Aurelia. Now Conqueror in full retreat. The Rift Herald's going to be channeled. I don't know about that. That's going to go down so fast. There's no way that the timer was up that quickly, and this Rift Herald may go down. Phoenix wants to go in aggressive. Does he use the ultimate? Yes, he does. Low, but that's going to be the kill in return. Sithera takes down Phoenix before he even finishes anybody off. The charge from the Rift Herald will take down that mid-tier 1, however. The eye should be popped here pretty quickly. Yep, it is going to be down, so Hero does secure the mid lane tier 1, but that is a couple of kills for the side of Skill Cap, and they deny any further push of the Rift Herald.
It was just like I said before, that team fight that they took, that was a little too aggressive because Trundle did have his ult. As soon as he ulted Katarina, she got melted because everyone's just basically doing true damage at that point. What I'm really surprised though is the Rift Herald at 97 health did, what is that, 1,500 damage to that tower. Now, do you think Conqueror, with the way that they're feeling right now, do you think that they're feeling they're in a super big lead, or do you feel like they're actually having a lot of mistakes at them?
Conqueror, I feel like, They have about a 3,500, maybe a little less, gold lead right now. And while they're able to secure that mid lane tower, they're not as far ahead as their gold lead would indicate. So I would want Conqueror to still be fairly safe right now and careful. Phoenix and Rutledge going in a little aggressively, but do have to back off from Rectum here. Yeah, I mean, this game can turn on a dime if Conqueror isn't careful. Death Shadow wants to push up. Is going to get stunned, though, by Rutledge. There has to be Phoenix to jump on him.
You know, Skill Cap, to me right now, is actually playing a really good 1v4. They're not overstepping. They're not committing too much. They're just clearing the waves, slowly letting Mundo push a side wave. Because top and bot are pushing right now. They can actually bait Baron at this point if they clear the vision. Because someone's going to have to respond to this bot wave because it's slow pushing towards that tower. And then Irelia has to go to the top lane at the moment.
So or they try to get something going. That's going to be a good bubble there from Buggy. Phoenix able to escape, but good pick there. Ooh, that's going to be the bullet time. No, to Sparky, and that's deletion as Death Shadow gets the ultimate and the shutdown on.
Watch the side.
Rutledge is trying to get the flank. The bubble will zone her away momentarily. This is a 5v4 numbers advantage for the side of Skill Cap. Conqueror has to be careful. Skill Cap looking to keep the run going. They've got 2 in a row. They've already taken down a team in Frosty Esports who looks pretty strong so far this season. They're looking for Conqueror to be their 3rd win. That's going to be the event horizon. The bubble's going to land. It's going to go down as well as that tier 2 tower. Skill Cap looking so impressive in this mid game right now. They're going to move back towards the bottom lane and looking to get the push going. It seems like they aren't afraid of the Baron take with Graves down from the side of Conqueror, so they're looking to just take more objectives. But Conqueror's going to look to get the push going in the mid lane. Aegis Tiger and Death Shadow will go to respond. They might be too late, though. That's the inside track for Conqueror. They've got to be careful here. They might get turned on. Oh, there's going to be the ultimate from Jester. The flash out as Death Shadow tries to escape. Aegis Tiger going to get chased down, but is able to run away. But does cost them a few summoner spells. Now Aegis Tiger trying to get away from Rutledge. Rutledge is going to get the kill, though, to be the tower as well. So Skill Cap make a great play in the mid lane, but they lose a tier 2 in mid. That's such a misplay there by Skill Cap as they win a fight mid and just their macro play ends up costing them.
Yeah, I feel like they should have gone for Baron after they won that fight in the mid, because there's no jungler for the side of Conqueror. So you're going to have to force Katarina to actually fight you in a 4v5, which for Katarina, since none of your CC was killed for the side of Skill Cap, she's probably going to die at that point, because she's just going to have to go in there and just ult. She can't actually just jump around and hit as many... I forgot the name of the ability, but the jump around thing.
Shampoo?
Yeah, Shampoo, thank you. She can't go in there and hit as many Shampoos as she needs to, because at that point, then it's just going to be a free Baron for the side of Skill Cap.
Well, Skill Cap decided to start the Baron now, despite knowing that Gimpy is alive. And with Drake coming up soon, they're totally just out of position to try and take this objective. It's going to be the 3rd Ocean Drake of the game, and Conqueror is going to get there first, and there's not even any vision place.
They actually could rush the Baron.
Drake.
If they're going to go to the Drake, they could actually just rush the Baron, clear the vision, and try to rush it instead of rotating over to Dragon.
They could try, but I don't think Skill Cap has enough damage to burn it down before Conqueror would show up. Conqueror clears these neutral objectives fairly quickly with all the damage that they have, but we'll have to see.
Don't go check.
Set up. Rectum's gonna get caught. That's Buggy going down. Oh, just able to flash away. The wind's gonna come out. Good time. We'll take down Jester in time. And Skill Cap's trying to turn it around. Phoenix wants to get on the backline. Does activate the ultimate. Gets caught by the bubble. And Death Shadow survives. Rectum is still alive as the thunderstorm comes out from Sparky. Good flash from Sithera. He's gonna get on to Gimpy and get the kill. The Zaya just able to escape and does take down Death Shadow. But that's 4 for 3 in favor, or 4 for 2, excuse me, in favor of Skill Cap. This might get turned around though. Sithera does activate the ultimate Buggy.
Oh, he's careful.
Gotta be careful. That's the toss though. Sparky gonna get chased down, and that's gonna be the kill most likely. The root for onto Sithera. Is he going to land the cleaver? Should be able to do it. That's the ace. As Skill Cap turn around, one hell of a fight. Conqueror got the surprise in the engage, but good play from Skill Cap to turn that one around.
Was that a baby cage that stunned all three of them whenever the bull time was happening?
I believe so, or at least trapped them. Well placed there.
Because I was just gonna say I actually cannot see the baby cage, and I'm apparently having a visual bug with it.
That is a bummer, but a great fight there from Skill Cap. Buggy actually able to escape, as well as Rectum, even though they both got engaged on out of the fog of war, still able to survive that entire fight. So key, as Buggy was able to flash away and get a good wave too. Great ultimate through the entire team that also made it difficult for them to escape the bullet time. And Phoenix did some good damage, but wasn't able to get enough done before going down, as the Nami bubble caught him out and it was able to help finish him off. So Skill Cap looking very impressive right now. Gold is even, and actually a lead in towers for Skill Cap at this point. So,
and at one point Skill Cap was down. I think it was about 4K gold, and now they're only down by 200. They've actually come back strong in this game. The ults from MF have been really great. The bull time gotten a full chan on that last fight on 3 people was really good. What I want to see now from Skill Cap, though, instead of serving this mid lane, you know you have the superior team fight. You have all of your ultimates up. Why not just go to Baron, clear the vision, go ahead and force it, and force them to fight you in a 5v5. Don't let them get any picks. Because you also know Irelia's ult is down at the moment, because Irelia did try to use it in the mid lane and whiff.
Conqueror wants to clear out some vision around the Baron. And with Skill Cap backing, should be fairly easy, though. Rectum and Death Shadow are on their way here to respond. Want to ensure that someone is nearby to stop any sort of attempt on the Baron. Gibby is going to back off those Phoenix, and Sparky look to get a little bit of a push in the mid lane.
I really like Rectum's build at the moment. I really like the fact that he knows that his ADC is the one doing a lot of damage in these fights at the moment. He's trying to keep her alive as much as possible. He has a Night Spell, a Zeke's, and there's a lockout on the team. At some point, I'm pretty sure Nami is or Buggy's going to get a redemption as well. They're making sure this MF stays alive as long as possible to get the best channel for her ult off. And the only way Conqueror can really counter that is if they catch out either Nami or Trundle instead of trying to get MF, because MF has a lot of utility stacked up on her to keep her alive.
At this point in the game, if Skill Cap just continues to play the way they have the last 10 to 15 minutes, they should be able to secure this. The Mundo and Trundle are only going to get bigger. Misfortune is going to be just an absolute menace in these team fights. And that's Sparky caught. He does activate the Featherstorm, but is it save him? No, it won't. Death Shadow able to secure the kill, and this is now a 5v4. Does Skill Cap want to go for the Baron? They're at least going to force Conquer away. They might go for the chase. Religion is going to try to get out of the backline, though. Death Shadow able to flash away just in time, trying to get there as well. This is going to take down the V. Angel's Tiger trying to get the damage out. Rutledge is down. Phoenix does get caught in the bubble. That's the double kill for Angel's Tiger. They're chasing Get Me Off. Is going to be able to escape, but that's a 4 for 2 in favor. Might be a 5. Can they get the ace? They're looking to chase down. Do they have enough damage? They will. That's the ace for Skill Cap Gaming.
Now they can just go for Baron. Mundo's got his ult, or Mundo does not have his ult, but his ult has a very low cooldown, and he already has a lot of armor and health stacked up. That should just be a Baron for the side of Skill Cap.
They are going to turn on to the Baron. Aegis Tiger should have plenty of damage here, but Sparky is up. Could possibly. They are burning this down very quickly, so Sparky can certainly contest.
I feel like if he would come to contest, he would just give up another kill. At this point, he probably has to contest, but I feel like he's just going to give up another kill. It looks like there's a TP though coming in from the Rhaegar.
He's been spotted out there. Yeah, Death Shadow will zone him away, and that's going to be the Baron secured at 32 minutes. Skill Cap Gaming showing that they've learned from the first 2 weeks, that they are confident they can take down a top team, and giving Conqueror Academy all they can handle right now.
Yeah, Skill Cap is playing with their team comp. They are playing it very well. They are getting easy catches with the Baby Cage and the Trundle Pillar, and just allowing MF to just channel her ult, keep her as live as with much utility as possible. Not Skill Cap. Conqueror though. Conqueror seems like they got more of a pick comp instead of a team fighting comp. They want to keep team fighting, but when you have a Katarina, her team fighting is honestly not really good, because if she gets CC'd throughout the whole team fight, she generally just dies in the middle of the team fight, and she can't get her full ult off. And if the team plays correctly around her Shampoo as she jumps around, that is a really easy. For example, for Buggy, if he plays around the Shampoo with his bubble, that's an instant CC for Katarina, because she might just jump straight into it.
It looks like Skill Cap wants to get the push going in the mid lane. They have the Baron empowered minions, which aren't getting cleared out very quickly by Conqueror. They're going to have to wait for the next wave. Drake is up, and it is going to be a Mountain Drake, so we'll have to see if Skill Cap wants to go grab that right now, if they're still focused on trying to break the base. They've got minions pushing in both side waves, but it's going to be a little while before they get up to any towers, so they're going to look for the mid lane. They're trying to get some damage. Good event horizon, but Rutledge wants to go, and he activates the ultimate, trying to chase down Buggy, but I don't know if that's worth it. Jester time shows up. Bullet time isn't going to get any kills, but Rutledge is going to go down regardless as Reckham Rectum gets the kill. Death Shadow does burn down to the Ignite from Phoenix, but still 4v3. Oh man, Gimpy with the ultimate, able to delete Buggy, takes him down. Sparky wants to trade back. Reckham Rectum is fairly low. Jester time gonna go in. Gimpy trying to get on the Aegis Tiger, and that's gonna be the kill of the MF, but they're trying to turn around as well. Thunderstorm comes out as Sidra is trying to take down Sparky, but he's gonna be able to get in. He can get Jester time as well, and there's still 2 alive of Skill Cap as they're looking for an in-him. That's a triple kill for the Mundo.
But that actually could be game. That's Trundle. Trundle is really good at taking towers. Oh, if that minion would have not have died though.
Yeah.
If that one minion would have not have died. No, they have Baron minions, remember?
Yeah, but it will still go down fairly quickly to the towers, so they do have to wait.
They could have tanked the tower though.
Yeah, the big problem here is that Conqueror minion wave was actually able to partially sneak out into the lane and delay the next wave. Yeah, that one's only getting there, so a little bit of luck there for Skill Cap as their minion wave essentially saves their base by getting out to the mid lane. So it will just be the Mountain Drake for Skill Cap here. Not a bad consolation prize, but definitely not as good as the base.
I feel like they actually could have at least gotten both of those towers, if they actually would have just tanked the tower. If Trundle would have saved his W to just help do damage to the tower, they probably could have easily taken it, because Trundle has the Warrior Smite, so he has that little extra damage, plus the bonus attack speed from his W. And it also gives his Q as well, just an extra bit of damage as well, because he's really good at taking towers. I feel like they could have came close to ending that, if they would have just tanked for the Baron minions. Because, I mean, you do have a Mundo on your side, who has a lot of health regen and a lot of health stack.
Conqueror is now just on entirely wave clear duty as they try to come back in this game. Now down about 4,000 gold. Not as significant this far into the game, but the problem is this scaling from the side of Skill Cap is so good. They've got the infinite scaling from Death Shadow, so he's only going to get scarier as this game goes on. And Ageless Tiger with the heavy penetration build, also now at full build, has the Guardian Angel, which means it's just that much more difficult to win these fights. You have to kill the Misfortune twice at this point.
And you have the Dr. Mundo, as soon as he ults, he has level 3 ult, 100% health, bonus regen. So it's really hard to try to get through his ult, and he can just run right at your backline, and you can't really do anything to him at that point. And he's even opted to go in for a little extra damage with Titanic Hydra as well, because he knows they don't really have a tank killer on their team at the moment, because Xayah is not scaled enough to really deal with him.
All eggs are in the Ageless Tiger basket. A full build Misfortune at 36 minutes with the Guardian Angel, the Knight's Vow and the Zeke's Convergence paired with her as well, along with a Locket. They just want to keep Ageless Tiger alive enough in the fight, and that's going to be the whole time as Rutledge goes down to Wreck 'em Wrecked, and here comes Phoenix. He's going to go into the team at ult, but it's not going to be enough. As down he goes, Jester of Time going to go down soon after. Get me trying to get into the base.
It looks like that is going to be an ace.
My fast forward key wasn't working because all of a sudden the game is over. Hello? League client, why do you hate me so? Victory though for skill cap. For those of you, I mean, yeah, nobody got to see my screen, but all of a sudden I hit my fast forward button because the client likes the lag behind. And all of a sudden they were in top lane, and all of a sudden it zoomed them to the Nexus and the game was over. But congrats to skill cap on that win. Sorry, the client hates me.
It was the same for me.
That was super weird. But what a game from skill cap, coming in and proving that they are a team to be reckoned with right now. Moving now to 3-3 in Group B. And starting to make their climb up the standings here. They've got two really quality wins so far. They've beaten Frosty, they've beaten Conqueror Academy, and we mentioned earlier Conqueror Academy really had not played anybody kind of worth their salt at this point. They've beaten a lot of bottom teams and really had not shown that they could dominate a true top team, and now Skill Cap takes them down, and that just raises so many question marks about Conqueror now. Conqueror has a big matchup against Frosty later today, and you have to wonder, is it maybe, do they switch things up in draft? It certainly was an interesting champion select for them. I don't know if that was necessarily the main issue, but Conqueror certainly is going to have to kind of look inward a little bit and figure out what went wrong in that game and adjust before, an hour from now, they're going to be right back onto the Rift against a, I would say a probably much better team in Frosty Esports.
I wouldn't go as far to say Frosty is better than Skill Cap now. I mean, Skill Cap now has beaten Frosty and Conqueror, and against this game against Conqueror, they were behind. And they came back and won strong. They won very strong. So I feel like Skill Cap now is actually like the unsung hero for bottom tier teams right now, because it looks like Skill Cap might be someone to do, like an actual team that you have to watch out for now. But if we go to the damage charts though, real quick, we look at MF's damage, 43,000 total damage. No, the
ridiculous.
only other person that's even close is Phoenix at 22,000 damage. All right, that's not even close. That's just barely.
I mean, he nearly doubled up. Yeah, he nearly doubled up on the next best in damage in that game. Like I said, all the eggs were in the Ageless Tiger basket, and he came out performing 11, 7, and 18, an impressive performance from the.
And if it would have gotten to the late game, you still have the Veigar and not the Trundle and the Mundo for basically late game team fighting. Mundo was so hard for them to kill. He literally just ran straight past everybody, ran straight at the ADC. Literally was fighting underneath two towers, taking them both the whole time. Veigar, when it gets to a certain point, he can just walk up, click R, ult someone, and they die. As he continues to scale. All right, let's go on down here to the vision score, though. Let's see what the vision scores are looking like.
I'm just over here reading over the fact that 3 people in this game didn't purchase a control ward.
What?
Oh,
Lord.
Mundo, Aurelia, and Katarina. No control words purchased. Makes me sad. As a support, that makes me just I
feel like, although I'll give it to Mundo. He honestly, it would have been good for at least for him to buy one and place it in the Conqueror's jungle. But throughout the whole game, as soon as he completed his first item, Aurelia couldn't solo kill him alone. Like, he would just run away and click his ult and then come back in the lane. So I don't think he was scared of ever not having vision in the top side jungle where he was always pushing. But Buggy, though, coming out with an 81 vision score. I just forgot Rakan's name. Jester of Time coming out with the...
All right, folks, we are going to head to a short break here. Congratulations to Skill Cap on the victory. But when we return, we will be back with our second game of the day. Stay tuned for Lobster Gaming versus Les Eskimos. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to BSG CS Week by Duo Esports. I am your host and play-by-play caster, joined by my good friend Sonic Cavs here today. I am Yeso, and welcome back as we prepare for our second game of the day here. Lobster Gaming facing off against Les Eskimos here. A couple of teams that have really struggled early off in the season. Lobster Gaming sitting at 2-2. Les Eskimos at 1-3. Both have only gotten their wins really against bottom teams. So a win here today would go a long way to getting these teams going a little bit, starting to build a little bit of momentum. Do want to mention, I believe we have an E-sub for Lobster Gaming, if I remember correctly. I'm going to double check now. I want to make sure.
Yes, I think it's Minx My Links, if I remember correctly, is their E-sub.
Yeah, so we may have a loss of ban or two here at the beginning of the draft, but we are into Champion Select here for our second game of the day. Change scene, my friend. All right, we will have draft up for you guys in just a second as we're getting that adjusted. There we are. Beautiful. Yep, so it is one ban going from Lobster. As we kick off the draft, looking to see what these teams want to bring out today. So far today, seen Marksman in our bot lanes.
I think Eskimos also has a ban. If I remember correctly, Ballistic Reaper is also an E-sub for them. So 2 bans for the side of Lobster Gaming. They lose 2 bans.
Gonna double check that roster now. Roster submission. Yes, they do have 2 E-subs, Wa and Minx Links in jungle and AD. So that would mean then 1 ban's lost. Eskimos do ban away the Gangplank to start here. And there we go. First ban there for Lobster Gaming is going to be the Fish. It's going to be off the board for our last ban here from the Eskimos before we get into the pick phase. And we'll have to see what these teams want to prioritize here in draft. I'm hoping for some spicy picks in the bottom lane, or maybe one of those, as it was dubbed on the dive, those gold funneling strategies, maybe get the Eteric or the new Karthus, Shyvana Braum, something like that would be
if you actually watch Splice today in the EU, they actually had a total of 3 supports on one team. They had a Janna, Rakan, and a Taric in the jungle. So we could see something like that happening now. But Ezreal coming out for the first pick. That's a really good, strong first pick. That's a great pickup for the side of Lobster Gaming. Ezreal's top 3 ADCs. God tier ADCs. Kai'Sa, Ezreal, Lucian. Notice the Trinity force of League of Legends at the moment for ADC.
Eskimos are going to respond with the Aurelia, so we'll see 2 Aurelia games in a row. Didn't quite pan out for Conqueror last time around. We'll have to see what Eskimos can do with that pick, though.
Aurelia is really good at snowballing, but if she only goes even throughout the whole game, it can be really hard for Aurelia to really deal the damage that she needs to do. If she ever snowballs out of control, it's basically an automatic win because her heals are way too much to deal with, because she's able to jump around and heal at the same time. And it looks like Trundle is also picked up for the side of Eskimos. And I know, how do you say his name again?
Crepe?
Yeah, Crepe. Thank you. Crepe is really good on Trundle from what I've seen from last time when Crepe plays Trundle. His pillars are pretty good. He tries to force the opponent into the side of the wall every time I see him play Trundle.
Well, the response from Minxlinks is the Graves, and then the Soraka picked up for Gamer here. I'm hoping we get to see the Emax Soraka with Scorch and Airy. Makes that silence do stupid amounts of damage.
That is a thing, but I would say Max Q is still better because you have like a 10-second cooldown over a 4-second cooldown. Yeah, one's the silence and it does a little bit more damage, but the other one's a slow, and it makes it a lot easier for your ADC to do continuous damage onto that ADC or whoever the Soraka slows on.
Well, I guess we'll just have to see.
Well, okay.
The Orianna is going to be the last pick, though, for the Eskimos. Most likely to go to DS there in the mid lane, so that means that the Aurelia could go top or bot. Crypt could certainly pull it out. Wouldn't be a huge surprise to see if that Bruiser went to the bot lane. It'll just depend on what kind of composition that the Eskimos want to put together here. They do ban the Ornn away, not wanting Train Game to be able to grab that big tank, who is one of the has been one of the staples of the top lane in the current meta. While we've seen a lot of craziness kind of across the rest of the map, top lane has remained fairly standard. A lot of tanks up there, a lot of Ornn, Mundo, all that kind of stuff. So
I wouldn't say it's really super standard because teams are now starting to play Irelia and like Gangplank and stuff like that. I've seen that more now in like the LCK and stuff. Maybe even Yasuo top. The only tanks I've seen consistently steal is Ornn, Maokai, and like maybe sometimes Mundo. Because tank play is still good, but I think that since the ADC has been changed to such a bad patch for the moment for the ADCs, I feel like having 2 bruisers now is like a more of a winning strategy. Because I mean, a bruiser in the top and then a bruiser in the bot lane, it can be really hard to deal with. Generally, bruisers they get some health items, scale some, have some CC. ADCs take way too long to scale, so the bruisers scale faster.
Man, why is nobody picking Lucian? Just kidding. Crypt is going to grab it. I love it. And one thing to note as well, we haven't necessarily seen a support picked by the Eskimos. They certainly could throw the Trundle down there if they wanted, though I would be surprised. But the Braum is available, so Eskimos could
That's what I was thinking.
Very strong 2v2 here into the Ezreal Soraka. We'll have to see if they do pick that with their last pick for Ballistic Reaper, but it's now the turn of Lobster Gaming to grab what they want. Hovering the Shen, gonna lock that one in. And we're just looking for a mid laner here as the composition really starting to take shape for this team on the blue side. Lobster Gaming looking to grab their 3rd win of the season.
Instead of Syndra seems like an okay pick, but in this situation, I feel like Swain would actually be a better mid lane champion for the side of Lobster Gaming. Swain can get some health items and still scales very well, because you're gonna have to deal with because let's say Trundle decides to ult you have to do, which he wouldn't. There's just Shin on the team, but just in case if he does it, it's like a 4v4. You have to deal with the Trundle ult, and most likely you're gonna be the one ulted because you're gonna have the most health. It looks like Leona is gonna come out for the side of Blade Eskimos. And when Trundle ult shoots, like I said before, he's basically doing true damage to you at that point. But for Eskimos, I agreed with you. I feel like Braum would have been the better pick there instead of Leona, because Braum Lucian is just a very hard lane to deal with. And if you're playing against Soraka, and if you land a Q or even Braum just auto Soraka, Soraka could just die because she can't escape. She has no form of escape. She has to silence and slow you, and if you can bait those out from her with Braum Lucian, that could just be an automatic kill at that point.
We'll have to see how this one shakes out. We got the full compositions on your screen. See what these teams did want to take. Surprised a little bit there by the Leona, but Ballistic may just be more comfortable on that as compared to the Braum. And does certainly give a little more of an aggressive tint to that lane, as well as the entire team, as Braum is solid when he's able to land his Winter's Bite, and you can certainly play aggressive on that, but definitely more engage available to a Leona. Braum is a little more focused around the peel and disengage once you get to that mid and late game area. So we'll have to see how that one plays out. But I do like, you have an aggressive bot lane drafted by the Eskimos, but a fairly safe one for the side of Lobster Gaming. Ezreal probably the safest AD carry in the game, and with Gamer on the Soraka, should be fairly easy for him to just stand behind the Ezreal and make sure to keep him topped off on his health bar.
Yeah. I feel like they also may have picked Leona for Orianna purposes, because it's a lot easier for Leona to get in to the middle of the team than it would be if, like, Irelia, for example, because Irelia can get CC'd. If Leona lands that Q, she just goes straight in. No stopping. So I feel like that could also be a reason why they picked Leona instead. So between these two comps, which one do you prefer out of these two teams?
I think I think both of these teams have solid compositions. I agree with you that I don't know how good I feel about the Syndra, but you've got solid protection for your carries between the Shen and the Soraka on the side of Lobster Gaming. But I'm all about the Lucian in the current meta. I think he is so good. And I love like you mentioned, the Leona paired with the Orianna to set up those shockwave combos. We'll have to see how it pans out, because if Orianna gets a good shockwave, it makes David's job so easy to ult on the Aurelia and just dive onto the entire team of Lobster Gaming. So I would have to say post-draft, I'm leaning towards the Eskimos, but I don't think it was a bad draft either side for this game.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there. The Syndra pick's a little iffy to me, but everything else seems, generally like solid picks for what it seems like the teams are trying to do. Lobster Gaming, it seems like they're trying to scale, get their carries, the Graves, the Syndra, the Ezreal, up into the late game power spikes. Eskimos looks like they want to go all in team fight. I mean, you have an Irelia, you have a Leona, you have a Trundle with the Orianna paired, and then you have the Lucian to help spike in the mid game. So I feel like this is going to be a really interesting game.
We'll certainly have to see how this one goes. Spectator delay is done for, and it is time to get into game for a second one of the day. Thank you so much, folks, to everybody who has come out to hang out with us today and throughout the season so far. Certainly appreciate all of y'all's support. And if you guys do want to continue to support us and make sure that you are notified whenever we're going live, make sure to follow and subscribe. Those buttons are going to be at the top of your screen. If you do want to support us in other ways, donation link is down in the description if you want to consider donating. Also, make sure to check us out on Twitter and Instagram at Duo Esports. And just keep coming to hang out, guys. Thank you so much for spending some time with us on your Friday evening. We certainly appreciate it. Hope we can bring you guys a great rest of tonight's cast. And tune in the rest of the weekend, as we will have plenty of more games on the slate to finish off the rest of the week.
All right. Now I got to ask you the big question, all right?
You ask me lots of questions. I don't like questions.
Cops
Cops ask questions. Sonic Abs. Are you a cop? If you are, you have to tell me.
You eyeballing me?
Yeah.
Which skin do you think is the best? Because there is one of my favorite skins at the moment.
In this game?
Yes, there is one of my favorite skins at the moment in this game.
Oh, man. I love Project Lucian just because of the barcode on his forehead. But I would have to say it's probably TPA Shen, because I just love the sound of his quote-unquote swords. Get the thunder sticks.
Yes, I also agree. That is one of my favorite skins. Whenever he hits someone, it to me just makes the
Bonk.
greatest sound.
Bonk.
And he looks like, your average Ninja Joe. Like, looks like someone you're gonna see at E3 or maybe something like that, or in our case, a League of Legends event.
Well, folks, we are on to the Rift. Lobster Gaming versus Les Eskimos. Both of these teams looking to get another win under their belt. They've struggled through the early part of this season. But we're on to the Rift and ready to go for game number 2 of the day.
Looks like teams are pinging maybe for like a 5-point start.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
I see a little something happening here around the bottom, so I know no line of scrimmage start, or not at least the standard ones so far.
I think this is more or less teams are respecting each other and just don't want to invade at all. And the Trundle's probably just positioned in that bush because if someone walks along that wall, and he does start his E on purpose, it's a free flash. Like whoever walks along that side wall next to the dragon pit instantly has to flash because you're going to be stuck between the pillar and that wall, and you have to walk all the way around it. Ooh, 10 gold. He got the ward. 10 extra gold.
OP.
GG, it's over. Well, looks like just standard starts for the junglers.
Yeah, we will see both junglers get leashed by their duelates on the bottom side. We'll have to see if they try to make anything happen around the mid and top lane here as they start to pick up their early levels.
Crep actually started his pillar before there was anyone even there. That actually could be a big problem for him. Because going against a Graves, he actually cannot, because he didn't start QW, Graves could farm faster than the Trundle can. But it looks like Graves is just going for the Scuttle Crab on bot side.
Nothing crazy so far. Gamer already has the silence, and that would tell me he's probably going for the Emax. We'll have to see. He's got EQ right now. Ballistic Reaper did try to step forward and get a little something going, but Wad just going to back away on the Ezreal.
There could be something right here. Graves actually could be cut out by this Trundle. Smited.
Oh, creep. Just to be able to walk away. Train Game doesn't get down there quick enough to get anything going, and he'll just go back to the top side and go back to farming against David.
That was a little unfortunate for the Trundle. He just didn't have smite.
Uh-oh, Ballistic could be in trouble here. Actually forced the flash away. The Mystic shot. Not gonna get the kill there. Able to force out a flash from the Leona support there as Wah and Gamer going aggressive in the bottom lane, and they've already forced out a back from Crypt very early, and they've got Ballistic Reaper using nearly all of his pots, so the Ezreal Soraka looking pretty good so far in the early game.
I think Gamer is actually doing the Emax build. Or the Emax start.
Yeah, the traditional Emax start, you don't take heal until level 4. You run Airy, Scorch, and then max your E, and it just does stupid amounts of damage. And, like, you can't dodge it. Like, it's just an instant... Oh, man.
Yeah, because his E is level 2.
Big oof. Soraka OP.
That Soraka's skin is OP.
Well, nothing crazy happening so far in the laning phase. DS is going to have to deal at least with Minxlings showing up in his lane, but it's going to trade fairly well back into the Graves, but does eat good damage there from the Q. Minxling's going down below half health, but here comes Crape into the mid lane. He dropped the pillar. Does he want to go aggressive? Looks like he'll just back away after he eats one of Kiss My Lips' cues. Train Game wants to go in aggressively on David here, and he's out of mana, so he loses that trade pretty well. The Shen not feeling too bad to go for that trade, and gonna come out feeling pretty solid about that.
Since Soraka's maxing this E, it actually poses the purpose. That E is an 18-second cooldown. If Eskimos actually works together, when the wave is pushing back towards them, they actually, as soon as she uses that E, they could honestly actually try to fight in that situation because all that's based on that E damage. So after it's gone, it's down for 18 seconds right now. It's an 18-second window that they can do consistent damage to Soraka.
Crepe does move down to the bottom side, does clear out a pink ward.
Looks like Binklings though might want to dive here in the top lane.
Oh, this may cost Train Game his life. He does flash out, just able to escape. That's going to be first blood with the tower dive going over to Lobster Gaming as they catch David under his tower at way too low of health. And a good start for the Shen here on the top side.
I would say that was pretty well executed. Made sure to blind the Irolia to make sure she couldn't see who was going to actually come for her. Shen though needs to hurry up and push this lane into that tower, or Irolia could potentially freeze it just outside of her tower.
Good stun there from Kiss My Lips in the mid lane, but thanks to the shield, DS doesn't really feel too bad about that. Able to mitigate almost all of the damage coming out from the Syndra.
I want to see Trundle here right now actually go for the dragon because his bot lane's pushed up and they can rotate faster than the Lobster's bot lane. And just at the same time, a Lucian, Leona roaming, and a Soraka Ezreal roaming. The Lucian Leona roaming is a lot more scarier than a Soraka Ezreal. Because that's an easy pick potential as well. It looks like Trundle though might want to attempt to do something, but he's going to be spotted out.
Kiss My Lips could be in big trouble. He's going to get collapsed on here, but Binklings is here as well, and so that's going to be the silence. It is going to the Trundle Crepe force the flash over the wall from the Graves, not able to finish off the kill. DS flashes over as well, and in Ballistic here to provide a little bit of support, but that is 2 summoner spells off of his Eskimos there as they go a little too over aggressive and get punished.
I'm surprised that DS 418 actually did not use his shockwave right there. I'm pretty sure he could have used his shockwave to get out instead of having to flash. That could be a problem for them because now it sets up Graves for a lot easier gank in the mid lane because he now knows Orianna has no flash, so I'd expect him to come back to the mid lane soon.
Now 9 minutes into the game, about a 1,400 gold lead for the side of Lobster Gaming as they've done a good job building CS leads along with that first blood. Looking to keep the push going, but things have certainly quieted down over the last few minutes. Both junglers up near their top lanes as well.
Yeah, I think both teams are showing a lot of respect to each other. Oh, Shindo misses the taunt. Trundle going into the top lane though.
Crepe has arrived, and that's going to be the ultimate. David looking to chase down Train Game, but Binklings is here. He's going to get the near side. Q's going to go off and do quite a bit of damage. Does he have the ultimate? Not able to get a kill yet. Down goes Train Game, and they're actually going to get the 2 kills. David able to take down the Graves as Binklings falls, and that's a good play there from Eskimos. Oh, but here comes Kiss My Lips. He's going to ult David, able to secure the kill, and that is one traded back in return. Krape going to be able to escape. Not enough damage after the ultimate has been spent, but Kiss My Lips with the good roam there to trade one back for Lobster Gaming.
Yeah, that was actually really well played by David and Pepe. They played that very well, and they knew that Graves did not have his ult on, and that is why they kept fighting. But then Syndra, that was a really also well-timed roam as well to get that kill onto Irelia. That way, at least it was a 2-for-1 instead of a 2-for-0. The experience of your flash is okay, but if you're using it to get a kill, is a lot better than just using it for defensive plays. I've noticed though, Minx My Links has been prioritizing this Rift Herald, and yeah, it looks like he's going to start it now.
Krape is back in base, so he won't be able to contest this, and it doesn't appear there's any vision at the moment for Eskimos around the Rift Herald, so it should be a pretty easy secure for the Graves.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Minx can just do this on his own, and he should be fine. But in return, if the Trundle knows, he should be going straight to the dragon. Well, looks like he might be able to catch out Ezreal here.
Yeah, they're going for wall. He does flash over the wall, just able to escape. The ultimate from Leona will slow them down, but here comes the Shen to the bot side. He has used the stand united onto Gamer. Do they want to go aggressive here? Krape is fairly low. Can he land the taunt? He is going to go in, does get the taunt onto the Lucian, but not onto the Trundle. Lucian flashes away, Ballistic trying to get away here as well. Wame going aggressively, does land the Mystic shot, but it's not enough damage to take down the Leona as the Q lands from Soraka, but the Rift Herald is going to be dropped in the mid lane. They've actually forced DS back. He's so low, he's not going to be able to stay and defend. And this is going to be the mid lane tier 1 going down and first tower over to Lobster Gaming. The stun doesn't land from Kiss My Lips, but it's going to get another good charge there onto the mid lane tier 2. Good responses. Nice Eskimos try to make a play on the bot side, but Lobster Gaming turn it around thanks to the Rift Herald in the mid lane and get a tower. Plenty of gold for them, as they're now up about 2,500 gold.
Minx My Links could get cut out here.
And he's trying to get away from David here, but the ultimate has been active by the track Krape, but it might cost him his life as here comes Ballistic Reaper. Krape's going to go fairly low, but Gamer is already dead. Here comes the Aurelia. Wame be in a little bit too deep. He's going to get stunned. Crypt dashes in, and that's going to be the kill for the Lucian.
Yeah, I think Ezreal got a little bit too greedy for that kill on the Trundle because he had Arcane Shift forward, and then he still kept trying to go forward, trying to land the Qs. But that was really well played by Ballistic Reaper by making sure to stand right in front of Ezreal so no more Mystic shots could actually hit the Trundle. Just a little bit over aggression from the side of Lobster Gaming. I think they need to just slow it down a little bit because I mean they got mid-tier tower. Now I think what they need to do is force bot tower because bot tower is sitting pretty low. It's below half health. I feel like if they just rotate their mid and their jungler down bot side, once the Orianna backs, that should be a free tower for them. Or they can at least get the dragon.
Well, both junglers are playing around their bottom side right now. Ooh, that's going to be the aggression. Anna going stun on the Gamer, able to chain the CC, and down goes Gamer. The kill over to Ballistic Reaper, and this should be the signal for Nice Eskimos to go for this Cloud Drake. They'll have to be careful though. Minxlix is nearby. They'll have to be wary of the contest as David goes in on Train Game, but they're really not doing almost any damage there in the 1v1.
Uh-oh, Kiss My Lips though could get caught out right here.
Yep, he's going to get a lot of CC. The Shockwave not going to be enough. Oh, it is actually. Kiss My Lips nearly takes down DS, but DS able to finish off the kill onto the Syndra.
He almost turned that around. Oh, looks like Trundle though going to go down here to the Graves.
Grape not respecting Minxlink showing up, and they are able to take him down. That will mean no Cloud Drake, at least at this point, for Les Eskimos.
Yeah, Grape was for some reason trying to duel with Ezreal. I don't know why he was attempting to duel. Because I mean that is Ezreal. And all he has to do, he doesn't have to come near you at all. It doesn't matter if you pillar him at that point. He can just Mystic Shot you the whole time. I think he's just a little bit overconfident because now it's a free dragon, it seems like, for the side of Lobster Gaming.
There's the Cloud Drake, the first one grabbed by either team. That one's going to go over to Lobster Gaming. Fairly even right now in gold. DS going to come down and clear out some wards, but Lobster Gaming moving up to the top side. Looks like they'll give the blue buff over to Kiss My Lips and maybe see if they can make a play on David. He's pushed up fairly well on the top side. Train Game just buying his time, content to sit under tower. Let's see if Kiss My Lips heads up there.
Looks like they're both going to head up there, Minx and Kiss My Lips.
David will be able to back away though, as they are spotted out in the river. Ooh, Ballistic wants to go in, does land the stun on the Gamer. He's a big kill, able to finish that one off. The Waz trying to take down the Lucian, and he is able to do it. And Train Game with the Stand United down to the bot side, going to be able to take that Ballistic Reaper. Not sure if the heal was necessary, but that's the double kill for the Ezreal.
That was a really good engaged fight, but I think they just forgot about the Stand United from the Shin. So they really have to play around that because we just seen how powerful the Stand United is, and now it's going to be another free tower for the side of Lobster Gaming.
Second tower there for Lobster Gaming, as you mentioned. And while they've had a couple of missteps, they've still made some great plays and have been able to build a lead so far in this game. We'll have to see if they can push that one through, because we did see a lead for Conqueror last game, and they weren't able to finish that one off as barriers forced out in the mid lane. DS forced the flash away afterwards as Kiss My Lips goes aggressive. Now he's got to deal with Krape, but
that was a great stun.
Enough to get him out safe. Minxlinks is here. Might want to go for a little bit of a counter gank.
I think they should back out for the side of Play Eskimos because Oriana's way too low for the Graves combo to just blow her up. But now that we know that they forced Oriana back, I feel like Kiss My Lips should actually rotate top because their bot lane is also heading up there.
Minxlink is trying to duel against David right now and not doing too shabby. Gamer's here for a little bit of a heal, but Krape is moving in as well. DS might roam up from the mid lane. Kiss My Lips would be late to respond. Train Games on the bot side as Lobster Gaming has initiated the lanes.
Where is Crip and Ballistic Reaper going?
Krape wants to go for Minxlinks, but this could be risky. Minxlinks might go down. Krape is flashing away, and that's going to be the kill for Wah as DS is caught by the stun from Kiss My Lips, and that's going to be another tower. The rest of the team is moving up here, but they're going to lose their third tower. The dual lane is on their way. Does Lobster Gaming stay? They might run right into the Leona. That's going to be the taunt from Train Game. Do they go for this? The silence is dropped. Does Kiss My Lips get the stun? Trying to get the slow, doesn't get the stun onto the Aurelia, but is going to get the ultimate on Ballistic Reaper, and that's going to be the finish as Kiss My Lips gets his second kill of the game. They're looking for a tier 2. Now Krape, and David are the only ones here to defend. There's the flash taunt. They're going to get onto the Lucian. Train Game grabs another kill. Here comes the snowball from Lobster Gaming. They're going to look for the tower. It would be their fourth of the game. And Lobster Gaming dominating the objective department up 4,500 gold at 19 minutes.
Yeah, and since they're playing a scaling comp, if a scaling comp ever gets ahead, it is very hard for the other team to climb back into it, because the faster a scaling comp scales, it's obviously the easier for them it is to win. Like Ezreal now has his Man Immune, has his Trinity Force completed. Now all he needs to do is buy that second tier for the AP version of the item. Forgot the name of it. And then he's just going to start landing. If he starts landing those Mystic shots, they're going to be doing a lot of damage before maybe 25 minutes.
What I want to see Eskimos do now, in my opinion, they're behind. They have to force, not a tower per se, but force a fight where they have the numbers advantage.
Eskimos maybe trying to get a pick here, setting up in their blue side, maybe trying to see if Lobster would go in for a little bit of an invade, but Kiss My Lips is going to land the stun onto DS. The barrier is... Oh, wide! Stick shot and not flash, excuse me. But, and I always... Piss me up, and I always forget to see Arcane Shift in. Land the Mystic Shot and finish off the kill on to DS there, and it looks like Lobster Gaming wants to go for this tower. Crave actually going to eat a lot of damage here. Minx Lynx wants to go in. He's got to be careful. The ultimate will come out, and there's the two-shot barrage ball with his 5th kill of the game on the Ezreal. And Lobster Gaming looking so impressive right now. They want to break the base. Crypt will use the culling to try and clear out the way, but the Train Game able to tank a lot of it, and they're going to keep pushing. Ballistic going to try and get some CC, but he's just going to get taunted at the tower. They're going to go for the dive. He flashes away. David uses the ultimate to try and escape. Crypt forced the flash as well, but that's going to mean a tower. David can't take down Minx Lynx. He might go down here to the Q. No, not enough, but it will mean at least an inhibitor. Just such a strong push there from Lobster Gaming.
Yeah, Lobster Gaming are in the driver's seats right now. They should go ahead and reset, buy your items, and set up for Baron. Because if you go straight to Baron, you're going to force Eskimos into fighting you, and at this point, that's what you want. If you force them to fight you, you should just win at that point. The only way you would probably not win a fight is if you just stood there and didn't use anything. And for the side of Eskimos, they have got to get some picks. At this point, they can't really fight, but if they do start the Baron, they will have to fight. They gotta pick someone out before the Baron attempt has even begun. That's the only way they could probably stay in this game for a little bit longer. In your opinion, what do you think they should do?
Man, it's difficult. The Eskimos, the fighting has just been so great from Lobster Gaming. They've been able to build now a 6,000 gold lead, and Ezreal is is an extremely strong mid-game threat. He's already got the mana immune, as well as, and it's actually already transferred into the Muramana, excuse me, and the Trinity Force, and he's stacking up his second tier. And while he does have a slight drop here in power as his second tier, you kind of have to wait a lot longer as you wait for that tier to stack up for the Archangel staff. Still, the Ezreal is still strong in the mid game, and his late game is much stronger with the double tier build than it used to be. So Law is still gonna get stronger, and it's so difficult. You're gonna need a great combo setup between DS and Ballistic Reaper, but the Eskimos haven't been able to organize in this game. They've consistently been caught out by Lobster Gaming, and there's going to need to be a big communication shift from them to figure out and set up a play here. It might be right now as Ballistic wants to go and whiffs on the ultimate. Shockwave will at least catch Minx Lynx. There's one in the front line as Train Game is going to go down, but the culling is not going to be enough. Is going to go down as well. That's the triple kill for Minx Lynx as the Eskimos are melted, and DS is the only one alive. 4 members of Lobster Gaming will turn on to the Baron.
Yeah, at this point, I actually don't even think they needed to do the Baron. I think they actually could have just ran up and go in the game now. But playing it safe, though. Playing it safe. That was a really well team fight for the side of Lobster Gaming. They played that very well. Made sure to stay spread out, waiting for the Orianna ult, and as soon as the Leona ult came down, that's when they instantly turned.
Yeah, such a great job from Lobster Gaming in that fight. Minx Lynx really the only one caught by the shockwave as the patience from the backline to back away, wait for that cooldown to be used, and then re-engage. Not enough damage from the side of Eskimos, and Lobster Gaming turn around that fight. And the Baron and back is not bad. They had a lot of gold to spend, so Lobster Gaming just comes onto the map that much stronger. now up 8,000 gold with the Baron buff. All those items in their pockets, looking to go for the big push here in the bottom lane. His train game will be going into the 1v1 on the top side, feeling really well with the Aurelia actually winning in the damage department right now. David can't really deal with the Shen at this point, and there's a big minion wave pushing on the bot side. Goodbye, Crypt. That's the ultimate from Kiss My Lips, and a kill for the Syndra, his third of the game. They're looking to break this base wide open. They're going to grab the inhibitor tower on the bottom side and the inhibitor and continue to go for the push. Crape and David are up dealing with the Shen still. They need to look for their bases. Lobster Gaming is looking to end. They're on to the Nexus towers now. They've got the Baron up minion wave, and they're looking to finish it off. Now DS trying to get away. Okay, this has got to be a bug. Okay.
Dead. What?
Okay. There's some sort of bug going on with Spectate now, where all of a sudden it's like you're
Before
at the end of the game. But
yeah, because I actually have the stream pulled up on my phone.
But okay, the win for Lobster Gaming. Congratulations to them on a strong finish there at the end. Able to finish this game off and grab the victory over Lace Eskimos, their third win of the season. An impressive victory right in there, heavily off of the back of great play from Wa on the Ezreal 7, 1, and 5. As well as Kiss My Lips, only 3, 1, and 8, but still good kill participation there. Only dying once, doing a lot of good damage, and we can check out those damage statistics. The top in the game will be Wa's Ezreal at nearly 20,000 damage in just a 26-minute game, and he was still ramping up, as we mentioned. It's that little bit of a trough before finishing that second tier item, but great performance from Wa on the Ezreal.
Mm-hmm. And Soraka doing that max to E build, almost 10,000 damage on the Soraka support, maxing the E. I didn't expect it to do that much damage that quickly. So let's go ahead and go down to the vision score over here. Let's see how many control wards were purchased this game. Two people this time, no control wards purchased. How do you feel about that one?
I mean, it's better than last game, but still. I mean, in my opinion, there's always a point in the game where you've backed and bought something and you're sitting with like 75 extra gold. And like you can buy a pink ward and put it out on the map. So, not trying to flame anybody, but I don't think there's ever a game where you shouldn't have bought at least one pink ward, if not more, in my opinion.
Yeah, and Gamer with the 50 vision score, when a really short game too. 50 vision score in a short game seems pretty good, actually. Denying vision, getting good vision down on the map, always helping out the team, making the game end faster.
But just a great finish by Lobster Gaming there. Able to close that one out. An impressive and quick victory over Lace Eskimos. We do have another game on the slate for tonight. It is going to be Conqueror Academy versus Frosty Esports. A good matchup of the two teams at the top of Group B. We're going to head to a short break now, but when we return, we will have our final game of the day between those two teams. Quick shout out to my co-caster Sonic Abs, as he will be leaving us here after this game. Thanks so much for joining me, my friend, and great job on the cast today.
No problem, man. It was fun casting with you, and it was fun casting the games today as well for the stream.
All right, well, we're going to head to that break, folks, and we will be right back. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the BSG CS week number 3 presented by Duo Esports. Thank you so much for sticking with us tonight as we are getting ready for our final game of the day. Joining me on the casting desk to close out today's broadcast, our supreme leader, Dota, coming to hang out and maybe meme a little bit tonight. Dota, welcome to the desk. How we doing?
Hey, how's it going, guys? Super excited to be here. Super excited for this match. If anyone's been up to the news in Discord, a little bit of smack talking going on, which always makes for a very Alright, first ban Kaiser. Can't really say I'm very surprised at that. Leslow's looked very good on the champion. Overall, Leslow is a pretty good ADC, I would say. But by far, he has looked best on the Kaiser. Same thing, the Vi gets that champion banned against him, I think, almost every match they played so far except for one. So again, so far pretty standard bans. Morgana, okay, I think she's pretty strong. I mean, what do you think about the Morgana ban?
Morgana actually seems to be kind of the second tier of support right now. At least in solo queue, Janna and Nami seem to be really dominating a lot, but Morgana seems to be up there a lot as well. So I don't mind the ban whatsoever.
Yeah, nah, for sure. I think it's a pretty good ban. I'm assuming it's more of a target ban because I wouldn't really classify it as the OP support, but probably just targeting Haze a little bit. The Sion, all right. I'm assuming that the top lane Sion, Army Overlord, is not in this game. He's our streamer right now, so it's not against Army Overlord, so everyone can calm your horses. And then the Vladimir. Vladimir, I think, has been very, very good. Seen him in the mid lane, seen him in the top lane, seen him in the ADC position, the bot lane, if you will, more recently. So, solid overall ban. First pick Nami, that's twice. It happened, was it last game or match 1 that Nami was first picked also? I believe match 1.
Match 1, yeah. Not by Conqueror, it was by Skill Cap.
Yes. So, okay.
Actually a big part of that composition, but the response with the Renekton Sejuani, interesting start here from Frosty Esports.
Yeah, 100%. Buggy played the Nami very well. Renekton Sejuani. Sejuani, for sure, targeted against Gimpy. He's been playing Sejuani quite a bit. Looking pretty good on the champion, even though Sejuani is supposed to be a lower tier jungler. He's definitely made her look good. But the Zac, I mean, can't play Sejuani, you pick the Zac. And they left the Alawi open. So, the smack talk earlier was saying, Frosty was saying, we can beat you even though we leave Alawi open. And true to their word, they leave it open. But can they win? That's the big question. So they've done half of their deal, but they still need to beat Conqueror to close the deal out, I believe. But so far, I'm liking the comp. I mean, I'm assuming Renekton top, even though I have seen Renekton in the bot ADC position. I'm just going to go ahead and throw it out that it's top lane Renekton. I don't think we're going to see too many bruiser bots, but Frosty, the rumors were circulating that Frosty's been experimenting with some double bruiser bot lane, so this could be the time to pull it out. A Nivea ban, okay. I think a Nivea's a pretty good champ, so I could definitely see why. Also interesting this game, no ban losses for either team, which is pretty
rare in
yes,
this league.
Yes, it is. So, for once, no team is late or using an ESIM. I like it. Okay, Ezreal ban, I like it. Very safe ADC. You already got the Kaiser ban, the Lucian ban, so go ahead and get Ezreal out there and really pinch the AD plus. I'm very interested to see what the ADC be here. Whoa! Oof, what do you think about that?
The Vayne, I was honestly hoping with the Alistar pick, I was hoping for the possible Yasuo Alistar bot lane, which has seen some fairly consistent play in the current meta, but the Vayne, I don't know, definitely nowhere near top tier in AD carry right now. No. Now, the entire top tier was banned away in the Ezreal Lucian Kai'Sa. We'll have to see. I feel a lot better about the Jhin pick. Jhin, not necessarily as good as the kind of off the non-traditional bot lanes have certainly taken a precedence outside of those top 3 marksmen, but I think Jin's fine. He's serviceable in the current meta, but we'll have to see the Vayne. This seems like a Leslow trying to bring out something real spicy and wants to kind of style on Conqueror right now. I bet he's feeling confident after they lost the skill cap, but we'll have to see. Conqueror may be coming back with a vengeance right now.
Yeah, 100%. I do not like the Vayne at all. Jin, okay, yeah, he's definitely not top tier like you were saying, but again, as you stated, top tier ADCs are gone. So Jin is I think a good pick because he still has his ult, he still has his W, still has his E's, so he can still contribute even though he's not going to be like able to attack a lot. And even if he does get in range to auto, then obviously it helps even more. Whereas Vayne, I think she's like honestly right now like bottom of the barrel as far as ADC go. Like she's like C- DT. I just feel like you could have picked like a Xayah. I feel like Xayah's a little bit better. You still have your ultimate. You can still E people. So not a big fan of that. Oh, GVG says top lane equal big gay. I would have to concur as a bot laner myself that I'm not a big fan of the top lane. I don't know if I'd go that far, but I would say top lane is very boring. I feel like I'm pretty confident in that. Thoughts on top lane being boring, Yaxto?
Boring, I would disagree. Big gay. Yeah,
Really?
We could maybe go for that.
You don't think top lane's boring? Just two guys farming and every now and then they slightly brush each other?
Something tells me with Alawi Renekton they may be a little touching.
I concur. I do think the top lane meta has been quite a bit. I remember last split, it was so boring though, watching Shin pick every game and then the opponent would pick something that could farm, and then just watching two top laners farm, and every now and then TPing bot. At least this meta, Alawi versus Renekton, I'm assuming we'll get at least one solo kill, maybe more, which is exciting. Two people farming, not exciting. So what do you think of the double cleanse on the side of Conqueror?
Man, I don't know. I mean, there's certainly a ton of CC, so you can understand why, right? It's not as effective against the Alistar with his, combo, but you can cleanse the Charm from Ahri, you can cleanse the Frost from Sejuani, and the Stun from Renekton, so it's certainly useful into the composition that they're playing to, and as well as the Stun from Vayne's Condemn. So it certainly has its place. I don't know how I feel about Jin taking it. I'm probably leaning more towards him just taking heal. You get the health back, a little bit of movement speed that can keep him a little safer in the fights, and just stick near your Nami and trust Jester to peel for you. But maybe it pays off in a big fight where he can get out of a hard CC, and maybe Core can do the same with the bell cows.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's just honestly, I find it a little odd that there's two cleanses. I feel like, and so far, at least so far in my experience, Bronze, Silver, Gold competitive series, we've only seen a couple cleanses and never seen two in one game, much less two in one team. I do understand it. I mean, you have Renekton W, you have Sejuani ult, the Sejuani permafrost, Ahri Charm, the Condemn, the Alistar knockup, the Alistar stun. So yeah, it makes sense, but I guess my big question is honestly, can people use it properly? Because I feel like a lot of times people build QSS or they take cleanse and then they get hit by CC, and then time they react to it and use their cleanse, use their QSS, the stun is already over, so it's kind of like, well, if you would have just stayed there, you would have basically got out at the same time just because of the slow reaction sometimes. So that's honestly my biggest peeve. Obviously, if you can Captain Jack QSS, instantly get rid of it. It can pay dividends for sure.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that shakes out. Certainly interesting considering, as you mentioned, you can buy the QSS on Sparky, but looking to stay extra safe with the cleanse here, and we'll have to hopefully find out if it is the right decision. Spectator delay almost done, about ready to get into our final game of the day. Dota, for those for our friends watching the stream, maybe those who didn't see what you were talking about earlier in the day, I think there's a little something special about our last game for tonight, maybe that you're doing. I don't know.
Oh yeah, so obviously if you were watching stream, not the VOD on YouTube, if you want to go in the Twitch chat, right now we're doing subs, donations, bits. I believe bits of 10 or more. Kind of want to cap it, so spam them. I'm going to try to work that into the stream some way, somehow. Either I'll read it directly or I'll somehow reference your message. Whatever you want to say. You want to make sure that you let Alessio know that Vayne is a terrible choice here. I got you, boys. I will read it out on stream, let you know that I don't like the Vayne pick. Because I honestly do not like the... I feel like could have picked other ADCs. Or even, I was honestly expecting the Bruiser bot lane, because Alessio hinted that multiple times in the Discord. So I thought they were going to whip it out. Maybe we'd see like a Renekton bot lane. But alas, pick Spain. Then, I mean, he could hard carry on it, and then obviously no one's going to flame him then. It's hard carrying. 15-1.
Interestingly enough, in the bottom lane right now, and you know what we'll do? Where is it? Vayne's sitting about middle of the pack in win percentage of Platinum Plus for bot laners right now at just over 50%. So, of course, there's a lot of interesting picks thrown in there for the bot lane selections, the Brand, the Yasuo, all that kind of good stuff. But certainly hasn't been something that's been extremely strong as of late. And I would imagine the most recent patches don't, strengthen that at all. So, but we'll have to see. Maybe Alessio, he's got something spicy for us on the Vayne today.
Yeah, no, for sure. Vayne, like I said, Vayne's not a very good champ. Just kind of like Jinx. I think Jinx is in a very bad spot right. I mean, honestly, most crit ADCs are in a bad spot. So just say a marksman, and I could say it's in a bad spot, and I would probably be right.
Lucian.
Okay, well.
I
mean, that's more the exception, not the rule. But yeah, I mean, you are right. Lucian's a super good spot. But yeah, line of scrimmage here. Can't really say that's crazy. Kind of wouldn't have minded an invade by Nami if she could have landed a bubble. Then you have Jin could start W, or you could just have Vel'Koz with this Q slow piece. But either way, well, all things that did occur. So I'm assuming both junglers are going to start bot side. That nice leash. Yeah, both teams doing the perfect line of scrimmage right here. Both mid laners in the correct position, junglers right in the middle of the lane to not give away which side of the lane they're going to start, or excuse me, which side of the map they're going to start on. So, I mean, man, these teams ready to play. I honestly am super excited for this because a little bit of rivalry. It gets everybody going.
Yeah, to frame it a little bit for everybody watching at home, Conqueror is sitting at 4-1 now after dipping that gain to skill cap earlier today, but prior to today, we're one of only 2 undefeated teams in the entire league, and Frosty Esports was right behind them in Group B with a 3-1 record, only dropping a single game to, oddly enough, skill cap. And there was quite a bit of smack talk and that sort of stuff coming from mostly Alessio, the AD carry for Frosty Esports, thinking that they were going to smash Conqueror this week. So there's maybe a little bit of bad blood between these teams, and they definitely want to get after it today to prove which one of them is in fact the top team in Group B right now. So, and you got Rutledge on his signature champion right now, the Alawi, hard carried on a few times already this season. So we're gonna have to see just which of these teams will come out on top to close out this day in week number 3.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm whoa, Vel'Koz playing a dangerous game.
Core there with the just ice in his veins, not even reacting to the charm there.
Yeah, he is either a Challenger Smurf or Bronze 5 not reacting. So, I'm not sure. We'll figure it out a little bit. But interesting enough, Phoenix is not playing. He did play last match. Been general starter for Conqueror, so I'm not sure if maybe he had a scheduling conflict, had to leave, or maybe Conqueror wanted to sub him out, give Core some playtime. Not really sure what the backstory is there, but definitely interesting. Love seeing fresh faces. Definitely, always get that new vibe. But I believe Frosty, yeah, they have their normal starting 5 here. Ooh, nice dodge! Look at this man! Challenger Smurf confirmed.
Getting some good poke as well. In return onto that damn Tater Tots. Oh man, that's not a fun name.
What do you mean, man? Tater Tots are delicious.
As a caster, not a fun name. Great name otherwise.
Yes, Miss Tot is looking not so hot right now. Fine. Hopefully she doesn't get too beat up in lane. She did have to recall now. She's already down 11 CS. Math is hard. So it looks like Kaz gonna recall also while Gimpy takes this scuttle. So pretty standard stuff. Alesslo already got a nice little CS lead here. Again, 4 minions it's not the end of the world, but still, I mean that's what he keeps talking about all the time. Is I'm super good at farming. I always have the minions, gold, etc., etc. And I mean, starting out nice, already showing us a nice little lead here.
Well, the Tangelo has to be careful here on the top side. Rutledge, full on health essentially, plenty of mana, and the very healthy right now. He's going to go in for a spray. Risky, able to avoid that last tentacle.
Yeah.
He actually kind of won that trade, but he's so low that it really doesn't even matter.
Yeah, I would definitely say that that Renekton, he's definitely a man. He's a trampoline. I would say he even has 2 scoops of ice. So, looking really good with that dodge. I'm wondering if he's going to TP top lane, because that's a big wave. Yes, he will. Okay, so he's going to TP top, pick up that nice fat wave. Oh, Vel'Koz, though.
Yeah, Tater Tot's eating a good amount of damage as Core, essentially able to land his entire combo there, taking Tater Tots down to about half health.
So nice farming going on from obviously all the laners. The only real disparity it's looking like as far as nice fight coming on here though.
Oh, Tater Tot's gonna get collapsed on good slingshot there from Gimpy. Oh, and it's actually Halsey.
Yeah, so burning that early flash, knocking Halsey out of there. So I mean that's good stuff. I mean anytime you can chunk out the jungler, I mean that's just gotta be good if you're a mid laner, especially someone like Vel'Koz, because that means you're gonna be safe for at least a little bit till he either regens or recalls. Oh, here we go.
Rutledge is in big trouble. Activates
Whew.
a couple of tentacles there. Nearly goes down. Just able to get enough sustain to survive, but he was below 100 health in that trade. That was very scary.
Yeah, that was super scary. Oh, hey, Z. Alright, so quick little pause here. Gear back on what the pause is about. Maybe just had a quick little restart client bug. Hopefully it's not.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the perfect time to spam us with those donations, subs, and bits if you want to get your message on stream. If you want to hear Dota's sweet, sultry voice reading those out, make sure to spam it right now. Oh, there's one for you.
So you think, okay, you think Alesslo is the best ADC in duo esports? Honestly, I mean, we have top pause time, so I'll go ahead on my little thing. So, okay, he is good at farming, 100%. He's very good in lane ADC. My biggest gripe is he has the highest. Oh! I thought you wanted me to discuss it. Okay, excuse me.
Let's try that
bad.
one more time.
I apologize. So, 100%. I don't know how the rest of you guys feel up there, but personally, I think Alesslo is probably the best ADC in duo esports. And I am a bot lane ADC main. I know a lot of you know that, but the changes to ADCs honestly made me think about switching to support, and I'll probably play in the league, just so I can support Alesslo, or maybe him and I will just go off into the sunset and find a plat league together, and I'll support him, and we'll just live happily ever after, you know? So, that's... Hey man, I can't help it. When I know a good ADC when I see one, you know what I mean?
There you go. Hot takes from Dota on stream. Totally not just reading off of a script. Because duo esports, BSGCS, totally not entirely scripted either.
100%. I do not spend my 30-minute lunch break every day making sure the script is good to go.
Yeah. Come on, folks, give us those bits.
A summoner has reconnected.
He's reconnected now. Should maybe be able to get right into game here in just a moment.
Yeah, so, okay. So, loving the Twitch chat. All the poggers looking out. So, it looks like we're getting some R's in the chat. So I'm hoping we get any second now. He is connected, so I'm assuming they're just kind of figuring it out right now, trying to get everything going.
Hopefully going to be back into game in just a moment. Oh, there's a couple more there for you, Dota.
Army over. Alright. So, yeah, I've been doing some thinking, and I think G, which, if anyone out there is unsure, is Shuno's team. I think they've really fallen off hard recently, and 100% I was wrong about EG, and next power ranking, I'm probably going to put them 7th. Throwing that out there for everyone. But we are on pause, so we're back in the league. Tater Tot just getting her potato smacked. Allowing, again, TPing top, so now both top laners do not have TP. Gonna definitely pick up most of this wave. All but, like, I think 1 or 2 CS there, so very good job on Rutledge picking that up. Oh, it looks like here, GVG is the worst top laner in the league. I would concur with that. 100%. Honestly, didn't have to give bits for that. I would have said it for... so... If the shoe fits, I believe. Oh, looks like a nice little gank coming on here. Rutledge has no flash.
Yeah, holds you to the top side, but Rutledge does have the is getting a good amount of blood to the Sejuani.
Unlucky there. I honestly, I thought Rutledge was gonna maybe get a kill or at least get kind of close, but it is very early, so the allowy damage isn't really there yet. Rutledge going down. Very good gank by Sejuani though. As soon as he TP'd, picked up a fat wave, immediately died, and now he's gonna miss a wave again. He's gonna have to do that walk of shame right quick.
Looks like Sparky and Jess are gonna get some good damage there onto Hayes. No further follow-up, but Hayes standing on a ward, so it's going to be difficult for him to set up the combo on the bot side and get anything going with Alesslo here. But Alesslo has been able to build up a little bit of a CS lead, up 7 right now over Sparky's Jin. Make that 8.
Yeah, very weird buy here, buying that the shard. Very, very weird why he purchased that, as opposed to, honestly, to almost anything. But maybe that's all the gold he had when he backed. I kind of missed his back timing, so that could be that's all he could. So, looks like they want to go for this Infernal Drake here. I think that would be a solid pickup. Any team. But looks like they're probably going to fight for this. No, never mind. No fighting. Yeah, I think this will definitely probably be a point of contention. Probably our first, I would assume, big skirmish would be over the Dragon Pit. The dragon in the pit.
Yeah, with that first Infernal to kick off the game, definitely would be surprised if we didn't see a big fight around that Drake. Looks like the teams are starting to set up. The Tangelo actually roamed all the way down here. Doesn't have his teleport available, so it looks like he really wants to make sure he's nearby if they go for this Drake. Gimpy still not wanting to go for it as of yet, just content to zone away. Whoa. Core's tentacles just glitched super weird for me. League, why you hate me today?
Poke again, man. Core's been doing a really good job of poking Tater Tot. Nothing really came out of it. I mean, he is up, what is that, 18 farms? That's really, really good. But nothing super crazy, like no solo kills yet. But I mean, farm is pretty big thing here. So any advantage you can get is super good. But yeah, I mean, Best Bot and Friends. If anyone was wondering, the BBAF does not stand for Best Bot and Friends. It actually stands for Butt Buddies and Fun. That's been our name all along. Just in case anyone was wondering about that.
It all makes sense. Hayes going in.
Oh wow!
Pull, but no! That's going to be the bubble, but Alesso steps up to protect his support. Hayes will escape with his life.
Yeah, I'm assuming Hayes is going for the flash knock-up, walk behind him, then knock him forward into your ADC. Assuming that's what he was going for there. Just slightly missed it up there. Honestly, I mean, that sucks, burning a flash, but it's, you know, it's not the worst thing in the world. He still has ultimate, still has ignite, so they definitely still have the kill pressure if they can get a nice gank. Sejuani is also 6th, so I would look for her to either, I would think, run either mid or maybe bot and press R and try to get a kill that way.
I have to see the Tangelo is going to go in on the top side, and that's the ultimate activated by actually just able to turn around the 1v1. The ult is enough as the Tangelo goes down. Yeah,
Renekton got that nice gank, got a nice kill on Rutledge, and I guess thought he had some big boy pants and tried to 1v1 him, but that was not the case today. That's ridiculous, Alawi could do that. Kill him so quickly.
The Tangelo got the big slap there. Rutledge was more than happy to take that fight. Halsey over the wall here. May want to, but Gimpy is going to slingshot into the Dragon Pit. We'll have to see if anything happens here. Charm is going to land on 2-4 in the mid lane. He's going to eat a lot of damage. Uses the ultimate, but actually cancels it early as Gimpy is now on the Drake. It's at 1400 health. Hayes is here. Halsey is going to get snared. This is super risky. He's going to charge into the pit. There's the ultimate. Going to be secured by the Alistar. The passive is activated by the Zac. Sparky going really low. Jester trying to retreat, but the Tangelo is trying to chase him down. He flashed for it. Halsey trying to come over the wall. There's the blast go, but it's not going to be enough as Sparky goes down. Alessio nearly goes down to Rutledge as he did teleport in, but it's not going to be enough. Gimpy trying to back into the rush, and Halsey going to take him down as he shows up just in the nick of time. Few kills there for the side of Frosty Esports. And they even get the Drake thanks to the steal from the Alistar of all things.
That was terrible for Conqueror. Oh man, that was so unlucky. Just the Drake going down, Vel'Koz burning his ult on Ari, not getting the kill. Just a lot of unlucky things went wrong there. I mean, the plus side is they're only down 2 kills. I mean, Infernal is big, but 2 kills really isn't the end of the world. You know, still pretty early, still lots of ways to come back from. Hey Dota, how are you feeling tonight? You know what, man? I am feeling awesome. I'm super excited for this game. I hope it's coming through in my voice that you can tell I'm a little bit excited. If I don't sound excited, I do apologize, because I honestly truly am excited, and I think it's going to be a super good game. So far, I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know. Yeah, so how are you feeling, my dude?
I'm feeling great. It's Friday night. Got a couple of cool brewskis in the fridge waiting for me post-cast.
All right. What you got?
Just Bud Light, cheap beer.
Okay. A mana culture, I see.
Yeah, but I also got plenty of tequila if I'm feeling like getting real nice.
Ooh, man, a mad lad. All right, I like it.
How about yourself? Are you a tequila man, whiskey? What's your poison?
I generally do not drink. It's just I don't know.
Fair enough.
Did it a lot when I was younger, but you know, old man now. But when I do, I enjoy a nice whiskey.
There you go.
So, all right, going for the Rift Herald here. I think they should be able to do this. Ari.
Vel'Koz trying to contest. Is going to eat a lot of damage. There's the from the Vel'Koz and nearly takes Tater Tots out as the Rift Herald is secured there by Conquer, but Frosty moving towards the mid lane. Angela will take out a ward, move back up to the top side, maybe trying to get some pressure on the tower, but will in fact just back away. I think he's starting to respect the damage coming out from the Alawi, but Alesso wants to go in here. Get an empowered auto attack onto the Nami, but doesn't follow up any further. Hayes is here for the assist, but Jester time gonna stay safe as the rest of Frosty move towards the mid lane. They may want to go for this tower. Where's the Rift Herald? The Eye of the Rift Herald is on Rutledge, and he's up on the top side, so if he can't get the good 1v1 against Tangelo, he may be able to take down a tower.
Yeah, interesting little roam there by the bot lane. For Frost and not. Uh-oh.
Big trouble. He's going to get charged on by Halsey. There's the ultimate. The good cleanse, though, from Core. And there's the ultimate coming out from Zach. Able to bring Halsey back under the tower. Does land the stretching strikes, but isn't going to be able to connect it onto anything else. So Halsey will be able to walk away and escape Tangelo. Uh-oh, he's going for the 1v1. This could be big trouble. He does slice and dice out, but he could still go down here. The tentacle lands. The next one will miss, though, and it looks like he will survive. Can he juke the next one? He'll just walk away, and he's going to start channeling his back. The tentacle spawning. Is he going to die? He's going to go down! Oh, was it? You can't open the shop, Tangelo.
Oh.
And he gets punished and drops in the 1v1. Luckily, Halsey did get to the top side and at least defends the tower for the moment, but he's going to move back to his Krugs. Does Rutledge drop the Rifter? We'll have to see.
Oh, yep.
He's channeling it. There it is. That's going to be the top tower. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. The 1v1 goes to Rutledge. He's going to get the tower, but Core's going to go down to the mid lane as Tater Tots goes in.
That's two greedy recalls. Two greedy recalls in like a minute and a half span. Both people die. Don't be greedy with recalls, people. Just make sure you're safe. Like, there's no reason for Vel'Koz to recall right there. He could have easily walked, spent, what, a second, maybe a second and a half walking under tower, and then recalling right there. Just, that stuff, that honestly, I kind of get a little tilted when people do that. Just spend the extra second, make sure you're safe, that way you don't give over 300 gold to your enemy laner. But yeah, Rutledge, man, people said his Alawi's pretty good. He's definitely showing us his Alawi's pretty good. Oh, looks like we got some more bits here.
Show me what you got, Dota.
So, I just want everyone out there in Twitch to know that, as Dota, I have no human empathy whatsoever. I'm a ruthless, high IQ, APM sociopath that wants nothing more to ruin your day today. But alas, I'd like to obliterate Conqueror. Here's what I need you guys to do. BM me in the chat because you lost to the worst team in our division because I deserve it. Do not type at me like I am a Kaiser one-trick. Do not ban me when I tower dive on Varus.
By the way, goodbye Tangelo. Rutledge is going to flash in, try and chase him down. The Tentacle's going to finish it off, and another one.
Ooh, nice!
For Rutledge. He says, don't you BM me.
Honestly, man, what is he doing? Rutledge is just absolutely putting on a clinic, showing us that he is... Honestly, I just feel like Rutledge, his champion pool is so weird, because on Alawi, I feel like he's one of the best top laners in the division, for sure. Oh, actually, never mind, no fight going on. I feel like he's one of the best top laners in the division, and then his other top laners, I'm not saying they look bad, but just the skill difference between Alawi to his next champion it's a very big gap, and I just feel like you have to ban the Alawi on him, honestly. You have to.
Oh, and the problem is going to start showing up for Frost, and he's trying to, oh my goodness, he gets all shredded, and he's going to go down again. Hayes trying to get away as there wasn't engaged in the bottom lane. Alesso is going to try to escape, but it's not going to be enough as Core's ultimate will finish him off. Tater Tots going fairly low here as Rutledge did pull the Spirit out, and this is going to be the Ocean Drake for Conqueror. No steal this time around. They'll be able to secure this one.
Yeah, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, please.
I was going to say, the big problem, and I've experienced this myself, is when Conqueror played Naughty Nips early in the season is, man, he gets 1 or 2 kills, starts to get ahead, and then he just becomes such a force in the side lanes. He gets the split push going in. You have to send multiple members to go deal with him. Yeah, no. Oh, goodbye, Halsey.
What?
Yet another member of Frosty just not respecting the damage coming out of the Alawi, but Rutledge gets ahead, and then nobody can really deal with him in the side lane, and once you start having to send 2 or 3 people to go kill him, then Conqueror just outmaneuvers you on the map. They just pull your team apart when Rutledge gets that lead.
Yeah, I mean, we just saw it top lane. Renekton went in, he had Ahri coming to help him out. He kills Renekton, chunks out the Ahri, then Sejuani comes up to help, chunks out the Sejuani, Ahri backs, and then he kills the Sejuani under the tower. I mean, it wasn't really a 3v1, but it was 3 1v1s right after the other, and he won every single one of them, getting 2 kills for literally his ultimate and some mana. I mean, that's just disgusting. Honestly, it really is.
5-1 at this point, has finished the Death Dance as well as the Black Cleaver. That is a very big Alawi up there on the top side. Rutledge putting his carry pants on again as he's got 5 of the 6 kills for Conqueror at this point.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, you can't be the nice guy, you can't be the bad guy, and you can't be the bully. Rutledge is looking like a bully right now, honestly. Poor Renekton, look at this, just absolutely getting chunked out yet again, having to run away.
Ooh, down goes Jester as Tater Tots goes in and is able to secure that kill. Sparky trying to turn that one around, but Tater Tots able to avoid the root there. Core maybe trying to bait in Halsey, but he doesn't have a lot of support. It's only him and Sparky around. Can be a little far away, and Leslow's pushing on the bot side. Got a little bit of that split push Vayne going at 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's honestly right now the only chance I think that Frosty have it winning, because you're not going to kill Rutledge, so you have to try to win the 4v4 top lane fight, though.
Hayes, I'd be careful. Oh my gosh, the double tentacle and Hayes melt bar just melts.
Yeah, again, we see a 2v1 against Rutledge. He's at half health, and both of his opponents are, what, 10%? Probably less? Yeah, you can't 2v1 this man, honestly. I don't know what they're gonna have to do.
They want this mid lane tower, and they're gonna get it. Tater Tot's not able to defend it, and Halsey waiting in the wings, can't get anything done on the flank.
Yeah, so Rutledge right now sitting at 2 items. He's got a pickaxe. He just recalled. Oh, he picked up the pickaxe. Okay. So, I mean, yeah, he's sitting at 2 items, tier 2 boots, and a pickaxe. And then we look at Renekton. He's got 1 item, tier 2 boots, and then a Tiamat. You know, so 1 in like what 3/4 of an item, we'll say. It's not. It doesn't bode well for Renekton, especially someone who falls off like Renekton. Actually, speaking of gold leads, let's look at the gold leads here. So yeah, Renekton total gold right now 7,200. Rutledge 9,300, almost 94 now. That's a huge gold lead. That's ridiculous. That's basically the entire team's gold lead is in the top one, because everyone else is roundabout even. Yeah, Leslo actually has quite a bit of gold on his counterpart. Yeah. So I'm assuming
Tater Tots wants to go in aggressive, but he flashes and then doesn't charm right away, so Sparky just gets to walk away from that. Hayes and Tangelo are going to get engaged on by Gimpy here topside. They're able to secure the tower, but here comes the rest of the team. Core is here for the assistance, doesn't get the knock-up, but Sparky does have the ultimate available. Tater Tots getting zoned away by the bubble. Won't get knocked up, just waiting on that blast cone, and we'll just go over the wall. Tangelo's got to be careful if he gets... Oh, that's going to be the root there as Halsey's going in on Rutledge on the bottom side. This could be big trouble. Leslo is going to lose half of his health, and he's going to go down. Rutledge is too big, Frosty. You cannot fight him. Halsey wants to but he's going to get the sustain from the tentacle, and Rutledge all of a sudden is back up to about 600 health. And the rest of his team is pushing on the top side. They're looking to secure this tier 2, which is fairly low at this point. And all there is an Alistar to defend against Rutledge's Alawi.
Yeah, Leslo, I think, honestly, he did a great job stunning Alawi. It's just the problem is he's sitting at double via static shiv, not a lot of damage, and Alawi just has a ton of health right now, plus that Death's Dance is definitely helping her sustainability, her survivability. So she lives, and they get a top tier 2, they get a bot tier 2 for it, and that just increases the gold lead again. And, I mean, they have a ton of gold, and I want $1, Daddy! So...
Well, something tells me that there's plenty of dollars in the pockets of Conqueror right now, as they've built in now about a 3,500 gold lead in Rutledge. Absolutely monstrous on this Alawi right now. Drake is going to spawn in 20 seconds. It's going to be that second Infernal Drake. Conqueror not going to want that one stolen away this time around. They're clearing out the vision. Halsey kind of tempting fate there, just standing in the river, but we'll back off. The rest of the team is starting to roam down here. Tangelo does have the teleporter. Leslo's going to get caught, though, and he's going to go down. Core brings out the Death Laser, able to take out a Leslo. And this is going to be the Infernal Drake started. Doesn't even look like Frosty's going to get here anytime soon. That's Infernal for Conqueror, and they may look for the engage in mid lane.
Yeah, I think...
The charm he might get engaged on. He's going to get slowed. There's the slingshot. The stretching strikes will land. Can they finish it? Oh, there's the flash. Oh, good. Ultimate from Zach is going to pull two. Tangelo trying to get to the back line, but he's not going to get there quick enough. Sparky going to be able to finish him off, most likely. He flashes away, does get caught by the slingshot, and that's going to be the kill for the Jin as Conqueror is going off right now. Great fight in the mid lane as they catch out Tater Tots and finish off the 2-for-0.
Yeah, Alessio being a little bit greedy with his flash. I mean, he should have saw the Jin W coming at him, and he could have easily flashed that. Obviously, he'd be out of a flash, but would have survived. But
Hayes wants to go for the fight, does get the headbutt full price combo, and here comes Alessio. Really low, but Gimpy able to get onto the back line. Alessio down to him. But that's going to be the condemn into the wall. The passive forced out from the Zac. Core has to flash away, but it's not up as Alessio gets the kill. Now he wants to chase down Jester. Is able to take him down. Alessio's fairly low. Sparky, does he have the shot? He does! And that's mutually assured destruction as both 80 carries go down. The triple kill for Alessio. Halsey trying to get away from Rutledge. The Test of Spirit is going to come out. Gimpy going to slingshot over the wall. He may be able to slow Halsey enough to let the tentacle secure it. Not enough. Halsey actually just able to get away. The stretching strikes will miss, and the teams will back off as that was quite the fight in the mid lane.
Definitely. I definitely got to say that, you know, Alessio was right. You don't need damage a minute with an ADC. I understand this now. Thank you very much. So, I mean, he did great in that team fight. I'll give him that. Tons of damage in that team fight. The problem is, I feel like he went a little too hard in the paint chasing the Jin, chasing the Nami. He could have easily just kind of backed off, picked up the free kill on the Zac. But I guess at this point in the game, when you're this far behind, you kind of have to try to put on your carry pants.
Core actually misses the knock up there, and the laser not going to finish off Tater Tots. He's just able to walk away there, and Conqueror clearing up the mid lane. Looks like Ping's coming out onto Baron from Frosty.
Yeah, Rutledge is by. He does not have TP, but he is recalling. I don't think there's any way they burn this without taking a ton of damage. They're doing it.
Conqueror can get here and delay, but Rutledge is still in base. Actually, this could be really bad for Conqueror. The Baron isn't burning down very quickly, but it is at 7,500 health. Does Frosty stay? No, they're going to back off. I like that decision as Conqueror was here. They weren't burning it down fast enough, and do respect that Conqueror was on their way.
I like that they looked at it though. Honestly, that was a good call. Rutledge has no TP. Let's try it. Worst case scenario, you run away. You don't really lose anything. So I give them props for that. They definitely trying to get something going here. I mean, they're sitting at what? Just under 5K down. So is it unrecoverable? No, but it ain't looking good.
Conqueror definitely in the driver's seat of this game right now as Frosty just on wave clear duty as Conqueror continues to get the push going. Rutledge is pushing on the bottom side, but he's going to get collapsed on by 4. And it looks like Conqueror's just saying, fine, you can collapse on our top laner, but we're going to take objectives on the other side of the map. How long can Rutledge delay here? He's going to activate the ultimate. He's going to get a lot of tentacles here. There's the ultimate coming out. How much can he do? The shutdown coming through as Rutledge goes down and actually doesn't trade back at all, but they will be able to grab the tier 2 in mid lane. Conqueror has to back off now as the rest of the team is on their way. So I would say for tier 2, for your top laner, not a bad trade. It is a shutdown, which does feel bad. That's some extra gold over to Frosty, but still a solid trade as they are able to open up that mid lane even more. Yeah,
that fight bot lane definitely reminded me of this anime I saw one time involving a lot of tentacles. Very, very weird. I'll just DM it to you. It's not for kids.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm a super weeb, so it's okay. I'll watch it.
Oh, I didn't know.
He's gonna get the kill though onto the Alistar, and there's the ultimate coming up from the Zac. That's the double 4 as he's going off on the Vel'Koz. Tangelo is fairly low. Tater Tot's gonna come in and try and save his top laner, but it's not gonna be enough. It's Sparky able to get the kill. Here comes the ultimate from the Jin. The flash away from Tater Tots will save him momentarily. Sparky not able to finish up the kill. But I am with you there, Dota. I think that might be the Baron. Gimpy is fairly low, so he can't tank it, but he will get healed up by the Nami. Can they take this down? Rutledge is on the bottom side. They aren't burning it down very quickly. Neither of these teams seem to have very quick Baron takes.
No, not at all, but I think they're able to do it.
Yeah, there should be enough sustain on Jester's Nami to keep Gimpy alive to get through that health bar eventually.
Yeah, okay, so they're going to be able to do it. Definitely not the world's fastest Baron, but they take it down nonetheless. They should recall, I'm assuming, pin that gold in their pockets, and then I would think maybe run to Dragon while Rutledge starts pushing that bot lane.
Yeah, will be a second Ocean Drake for Conquer. They are able to grab it. And now they just got to get these side waves going. A big wave did just crash into the inhibitor tower on the top side that Hayes and Leslo did have to go deal with. Rutledge was playing safe as he wanted to get the split push going bot, but recognized that he had no support from the rest of his team and no pressure. So he tempered his aggression, just backs the base, and looks like Conqueror possibly trying to set up around the drink that you did just mention, Dota. Frosty's in the mid lane, looking to clear out some waves, maybe get the push going. But their side lanes, they haven't taken care of those waves, so Rutledge is set up to try and get this split push going. Gippy on his way to the Drake, and here comes Frosty. They want to contest.
Yeah,
ooh, double pink wards OP.
Ooh, nice! Yeah, so my current favorite ADC right now in the meta is definitely Yasuo. I want to thank Rito because I never liked Ezreal anyway. Yasuo
Gippy
till I
gonna
die.
go in for the steal, isn't able to get it, is secured by Leslo. Here comes the wave, is gonna knock him. Sparky gonna get the ultimate over the wall, misses. But that's gonna be Rutledge finishing him off as Leslo's down. He's trying to chase down the rest of the team.
That's
game! Kill, and you're right, that might be it. Jester able to flash away from Tangelo. Just leave him alone, go for the base. You've got the Baron buff. That's the Spirit will take him down fairly low. He's not going to be able to
chase.
He's going to finish him off. The Croc is down, and that's the ace for Conqueror.
Oh, Core's got the right at it. He's running it down. Rutledge will TP. I think this has to be game. Lowest death timer right now, sitting at 17 seconds for Sejuani.
And they've got a big wave on the bot side that is going to be plenty to take out these towers. There goes the inhib. 10 seconds on Hayes. 10 now on Leslo. The entire team is here. It might not be enough. Halsey will be up soon. They're looking to finish it off. They're going to move on to the Nexus towers. Halsey trying to defend as best he can, but it doesn't appear to be enough.
Whoa!
To be the game for Conquer as they finish off Frosty Esports and hold their spot at the top of Group B.
Core taking out a Leslo on the fountain at the very end. The old TSM bully strat. Huge fan of that.
Quite a finish there as a Leslo. A lot of talk during this week, but his team not able to get it done as Conqueror comes out and responds after dropping that game to skill cap with a 31.5-minute victory over Frosty Esports to grab their 5th win in 6 games to start this season.
So Army was right about the vision score. I believe this is the best thing. I want everyone out there in the Twitch world to recognize that. Army was correct. Vision score. So taking a look, damage dealt the champion. I bet you'll never guess who did the most damage.
Rutledge.
Yeah. This is why you are the top tier caster.
I'm so smart.
You're the best.
How did I ever figure that out?
It was not even close. Whew. Leslo not having a lot of damage dealt the champion on his team, pretty low. Losing to the Jhin also. Yeah, but Jhin also did not have a lot of damage dealt the champion. His defense, both ADs, kind of lacking in the damage department. Honestly, if you take out Rutledge, the damage starts aren't that crazy off. Core did quite a bit, but everyone else is pretty even. It's just Rutledge is way out in front, the fastest horse.
I mean, he did over 1,000 damage per minute in a less than 32-minute game. Like, you typically don't see those kind of numbers coming out, especially from top laners, until you get to those later games when you're getting those team fights where you can rack up so much damage just in singular team fights. So that's just ridiculous damage from that Alawi.
No, 100% definitely is. Vision score, Nami looking pretty good on that. But Hayes taking the crown for himself with the fat 60. Super good. I definitely got to look at this control word purchase. And Flame didn't buy. Okay, everyone bought at least one at least. Okay.
Yay! Oh, I'm so happy.
Leslo only bought one, so come on, man. You probably could have bought 2, but he bought 1, so he is safe.
Oh my god, Core, you're my new favorite player. 10 pink wards purchased on a mid laner. That makes me so happy. That's a guy who doesn't want to die and wants to give vision for his team.
Yeah, honestly, I don't remember seeing him place that many. I would never have guessed 10. I saw him place a couple for sure, so he was definitely doing a good job. Definitely There's no way they destroyed that many. So he was definitely probably replacing them, moving up the ward line, putting them on objectives, etc. So solid job for that. What about tower damage? Where's that at? Again, Rutledge with the 6,600. Closest was Jin with 4,500. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that was pretty dominating. Performance from Rutledge, and then the rest of Conqueror Academy kind of tagging along.
So just PSA for everyone in the BSGCS.
Ban Rutledge's Alawi, for God's sake.
Just don't let him play it, guys. If you weren't sure before this, you're sure now. 36,000 damage in a 32-minute game, 9-2-2, and just absolutely dominated that game. As soon as you give him some semblance of a lead, he will run away with it. An absolutely impressive game from him on his signature champ.
Yeah, 100%. Like I said, even in the mid game, his Alawi, I mean, Rutledge is a good top lane, for sure. It's not like if you ban Alawi, we won, easy peasy, we can just troll.
Yeah.
But the skill difference between his Alawi and his next best champion is huge. And I just, honestly, I don't want to flame the pick ban too much, because I'm not sure if they forgot the Alawi, which I find hard to do, or if they just said, his Alawi's not that good, we can play around it, which, again, doesn't make any sense to me. Neither scenario makes sense to me, so I can't guess which one it was. But, come on, it's one ban. I feel like that one ban would have changed the whole thing, honestly, because put him on someone else, like, I can't even think of another top laner he plays. Like a Fiora? No way he does anything close to that on a but I also want to say that I'm here to confirm that Army Overlord is no longer allowed to have his name adjusted or changed anyway. It's officially a rule now. You heard it from me, Supreme Leader. I played Dota twice. If anyone's caught changing this rule, they will be banned. 100% confirmed. No takesies backs.
Immediately goes to the Duo server to see if he can change Army Overlord's name. Let's see. Damn it.
Unlucky.
Feels bad, man. Well, as we look to finish off our broadcast day, an impressive win by Conquer, able to respond after a rough loss to Skill Cap in their first game of the day, but they do finish the week at 5-1, and we'll have to see, or we'll have to wait until week number 4 to see them one more time, but that is when we will hit that cross-group play, so things will start to get really interesting as we can start to gauge the strength of these groups against one another. Dota, any final words for the stream before we close things out for the day?
Yeah, so I just want to remind you guys, please follow the channel, subscribe, etc. But definitely follow the channel. We'll be back tomorrow, 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have 4 matches tomorrow. Looking pretty good day tomorrow. So 2, 3, 4, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then following our regularly scheduled program, my good friend Jared, aka Xdon, is going to be doing a nice Tark cosplay. And then we're going to be doing some subscriber games. Probably have a really silly cast. Obviously, he's going to have his webcam out so everyone can see the nice Tark cosplay. He's going to be showing off those arm muscles. Definitely been doing the arm workouts. He's online. So it should be a good day. Come join us. Even if you're not a subscriber, we're definitely going to have some nonsense also. So 2 p.m. tomorrow. It's going to be some good times.
Well, you heard it here, folks. Definitely aren't going to want to miss that one. 4 great games tomorrow, as well as some special stuff to finish off the day. I'm definitely going to be tuning in to watch Xdon. I'm all about that pool party Tarek cosplay, so I will be there for sure. But that is going to do it for us tonight, folks. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. Thank you so much to my co-casters, Dota and Sonic Caps, as well as our producer for tonight, Army Over Feed. Okay, cool. Just wanted to confirm that the name is correct. And that's going to be all for tonight, folks. Thanks so much for coming to hang out with us, and we will see y'all again next time.
Have a good one.
You think I'm going to let the stream end on that quote? It's Army Overlord, ladies and gentlemen. Now, good
Army
night.
Over